So after tremendous piloting, after much travail, you have finally emerged out into space around a planet that she swears is Osis. Now, before anybody has a chance to tell her she's an awful liar, let's determine your destiny points for the turn, and also determine obligation. Everybody gets one die except for the Force user. Wait, you get 2 dice. Somebody's going to need to roll for both Adam and Fisnaris. Okay. All right. So before we decide on that, Craig, you want to check obligation? Do a percentile, please.
Percentile. Roll, you asked. No, not you. I said not you. I think, if I remember correctly, it's you count the double digit first, right?
Yeah.
So 1.
1. That would be Adam. His addiction. So everybody gets -1 strain except for Adam, who gets -2. Somebody remember that? It's all right. I'm pretty sure that his addiction is trying new things to eat, and you guys are on a brand new planet, so
I don't think that's going to be an issue. Oh, look, a leaf.
Oh, look, a rock.
Somewhere near the end of last game, I think we sent him off to take a look at the place.
yeah.
So he hadn't left yet, but his was...
Yeah, he hadn't left yet, but that was his thing. He was sent. Now let's determine our destiny. We'll start with Dan.
3 dark.
Oh, joy.
Dark side. Sets your destiny. Angela.
1 white, 2 dark.
Oh, boy.
Oh, hello. Somebody's giving me all the tools to play with today.
Fucking Sith. 1 white.
1 white. Steven.
2 white.
2 white. And is that accounting for Fisnaris too?
No. One of you two did that. Which one of you?
I did Adam.
You did?
We also...
And I did Jesse.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, it could be worse. Could be worse.
Rough. Almost balanced.
A little on the dark side, a little dark side never hurt anybody.
Well, we're in a place where we're not supposed to be. Destiny might be a little bit pissed.
That's right. Destiny's upset with you.
Your drive, monsieur.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper.
One white.
Okay. You emerge into real space. Meryl is sort of standing beside your chair, looking forward, looking through the window. You did? Well done. Have yourself a cigar. We're going to take a couple of revolutions around the planet just to do some scans. I'll be back in the sensor area. Point the ship's peepers at the planet. Give us a couple of rotations around the poles, around the equator. Take us on the grand tour.
Sure thing, boss.
Gand! It's time for you to go! There is a skittering. And then he is gone. The rest of you gather together some equipment. We're probably going to need stuff to dig. We may need stuff to cut. We don't know what kind of life forms there are. Bring plenty of food. Bring lots of water. Not just rock and roll.
So it's a difficulty for the sensor check.
That would be, let's give it a 2. 2 perps.
So that's 1 success and 1 advantage.
Most of the planet is covered in various forms of plant life depending on temperature / climate zone. There's also abundant life. There are still some areas that are a little on the blasted side, but they're not very big. Maybe 8 to 10% of the planet's overall solid land surface is considered uninhabitable by human standards. The rest of it seems to bounce back like a rubber band.
Are there any indications of old settlements?
You know from history that the old city, you think it was called Knossos, but you're not quite sure. But there was Canossa, that's it. There's a bare skeleton of that city, and it's really only visible when you start doing in-atmosphere flyovers. There are also you've spotted at least one very old archaeological dig, which means at least someone's been here before you. You're not sure when, you're not sure how long.
I'll mark it.
So, other than that, so now the question becomes, where do we go? Well, when he starts looking at the passage again, twixt the mountains gray and emerald, to nest, to await their time, to soar. Twixt the mountains gray and emerald. So, assuming that the capital city was the seat of everything on the planet, which is an axiomatic assumption, then we have to assume that when they learned that a fight was coming, that they treated the capital city as the center of their defenses, right? Kind of like the Paris or the Khorasan of their defenses. If only because there's no way they could have externalized their headquarters and then left all those civilians to the Sith, the ones that they couldn't evacuate right away. I'm sure it was their plan to get rid of all of them. So that being the case, we should probably start looking from Canossa outwards for land formations that could fit 2 mountain ranges.
There are also about like 3 of the 8 valleys.
To the valley, to 3 of 8, they fled. So yeah, well, as soon as we find 2 relatively close together mountain ranges, we're going to find a valley in between. I mean, that's Geography 101, right? So, yeah. something we shoot for. That should be hard to find. And so, Marrow stands with you as you fiddle with the knobs of the sensors and take a look. And you're pretty sure you might have found something. Yeah. Are you on the network? Or?
Yep.
Let's see if it recognizes the network. I see Craig, and I see me. Let me refresh. Can you become visible to me on the?
No, you'd have to email it to me.
Okay. So we'll do that. Survey doesn't take that long, really, considering how quickly the ship can move relative to the planet itself. Send the pipe. It's a map of the mountains that Marrow thinks might be the candidate.
Why am I expecting a chocobo to run across the screen? Sorry.
Well, do you see a lot of chocobos in your dreams? Now the map's in many ways simplified. Outside those mountain ranges are also forests or grasslands, but I'm sort of keeping your eyes focused on the valley inside. Careful scans have shown that there are deposits of metallic elements near the surface in various places, which fits with the whole idea that there was an external ring of bunkers that formed the exterior perimeter of what the Republic's forces thought they could defend at the time. And it also fits the narration of the poem where, near the end of the battle, teams of young Jedi were sent to those bunkers with sort of armloads of loot to get on evacuation craft that were set to pick them up, and some made it, some didn't. This particular page was about a pair that didn't. And as I said in the past, Major Tikkanen believes that one of the teams that didn't, the team in particular that you're looking for here, is the one who, in their possession at the time of their demise, was a copy of the pre-Russian Reformation Republic Constitution. among other things. The question is, which one of these bunkers? Now, what the grassland portion of the map doesn't show you is that a lot of it is very rocky. It's very difficult to put the ship down right on top of the bunker. As a matter of fact, your trained pilot's eye says that you may actually have to put this thing down in the shallow end of the lake just to get something flat enough. But any way you slice it, it's going to be a couple of days' travel between wherever you want to put it down and any of the bunkers visible on that map. Which means that any way you slice it, any bunker you want to investigate, unless you guys want to airdrop, which through trees, that's a lot of fun. Yeah, well. Wookiees coming from Kashyyyk have less of a chance of getting a large tree up their ass. This is happy for Wookiees. How many Wookiees are there? Show of hands. In other words, there's no parking the Ruby Queen right next door. Any way you slice it, it's a walk in the bush and at least a night's camping. It's just a question of which, where, and when.
How thick does it seem?
How thick does what seem?
Like the joining bush trees.
Oh, people could get through. Speeder bike? Unlike the Imperial Scouting Corps, who believes that you can travel at 400 miles an hour through dense underbrush and still stay alive afterwards. You having raced swoops once or twice know that it's swoops like sort of long distances with nothing in the way. Including that fudgesicle that chick was riding in the episode 7 teaser. She's riding the ass end of a fudgesicle.
I know.
Like, quick, let me get on my fudgesicle. This is serious.
I'm sorry, the main reason why I thought it was a gag trailer was because that fucking droid rolling on the soccer ball. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I was like... But it's J.J. Abrams for you. You don't know what you're going to get.
Hey, Lucas put in Jar Jar Binks.
I know.
Comic relief is kind of required now.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, but that's what R2-D2 was for.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. They may have made a really compact one. Maybe R2-D2 had a baby.
But rolling around on a soccer ball?
So, that being the case, yes, the short answer... Now, you guys are going to have to bring some sort of a cart. Like,
Well, that's what I was thinking.
yeah, you're going to have to... Like, you know those flat carts and you know, the essentially cart, wheels, handle, looks like an L when you look at it from the side. Like, there are versions of that in the Star Wars universe, except that instead of wheels... well, actually, in your case, instead of wheels, it has legs. 6 legs. And you've worked with this thing before, and so have you. And it's interesting because it has funny ideas as to where it wants to go.
Okay.
And you must always remember when you want it to stay, to tell it to stay. Because it likes to walk.
Did Doki program this thing or something? Like,
It's like a lot of the technology you kind of picked up, which you could get your hands off of. You're pretty sure it's Aerotech, or not Aerotech, Archaid, which is the same people that brought you the Imperial probe droid. So you know it's good. But yeah, it was created to act in situations where repulsor lifts weren't practical, and that's the one you got. Which is good, because honestly, you never know what you're going to have to deal with around here. So the only thing is that unlike repulsor lifts, there's a possibility that one of this thing's pegs could get stuck somewhere, and you may have to, I don't know, shoot it, put it out of its misery or something.
If it breaks a leg, shoot it.
That's right.
To the glue factory with you.
But the legs end in sort of prehensile 3 toelets, so it's very picky, eh? Like it'll sort of feel the ground up before it puts its weight down. It also makes it slow. More than once you've had to bark at it to get it to hurry up. On open ground it's okay, but you're pretty sure on broken terrain you're going to be there all fear-feckin' day. But you don't know how far down you're going to have to dig, and you don't know what you're going to have to crack open, so you're going to have to bring some heavy gear with you, and there is no kit, not even for you, is there carrying that shit around. I mean, you could, but it would be like a half an hour later, the Wookiee's dead, the ship's nowhere near us, also the Wookiee's dead. So,
I pulled the only speeder bike stats I could find
yeah,
out of the book.
I know.
The speeder actually has a maximum altitude of 25 meters.
I know. But at that point, you're skimming trees. So now you're trying to figure out what's down there and hoping that when you get down, a tree branch doesn't get sucked into the intake. And so it's possible. It's just, I'm telling you that you make a mess. If I see any despairs on checks, you're going to lose that bike. Because one of the most bullshit scenes I ever saw in any Star Wars movie was the fucking speeder bikes whipping through the trees. I'm like, dude, the attrition rate must have been ferocious. You know, like Ewok gets sucked into the intake, and Ewok, you know, it's like, it's no wonder they knew how to take these guys down. They've probably been killing them in 1s or 2s for, you know, the Ewok stands there with a branch bent back, and, you know, as soon as the thing goes by, it's like, yeah. Friggin' at those speeds, Trooper's head comes right off. Just right off. So, yeah, I'm just saying you're taking a risk. You can bring it if you want. I'm not going to say you can't, but you're taking a risk because it's really heavy. It's really heavy old growth forest. So, not like ancient growth forest because it's probably been about 4,000 years, but trees can grow a lot in 4,000. But it's not like, it's not the tropics or anything. It's not like vines and jungle. It's just really dense undergrowth. It's like the parts of the Gatineau Hills that nobody bothered clearing out. So, but with bigger trees and frogs. There are frogs. No, there are frogs, not anyway. Oh, where's my blaster? Yeah, put that up on the YouTube channel. It's getting flagged. There's a couple of things I had to take out of the last one. I was like, oh, I shouldn't say that out there in the open. So, are you going to bring your... We should probably find you like a speeder car so that you could, you know, you could move around and stuff without having to worry about, oh, I snapped the front vanes of it off, and I go, whoa! If we were on
Put that
Tatooine,
on the
it'd be
list of stuff to acquire.
like, So you're gonna bring it, or
Yeah.
okay?
You look some of the some of the lighter stuff. Just it's got carrying capacity.
Yeah, it does. It has saddlebags and it has a back pannier and stuff. So yeah, you can carry stuff. It's got about, you know, an encumbrance of at least the same encumbrance as you do. So
Just make sure you're moving at impulse speeds, not warp.
Oh yeah, it's not looking going to be flying this shit at top speed.
you're
We'll
gonna
be
use
flying this at idle. Just put it on idle and let it go.
So anybody figured out where I'm putting this thing down?
We're looking
It's got
into
an
it.
encumbrance of 5.
What's your encumbrance?
I don't know where that came from. I don't know where that is on here.
Yeah, I didn't. It's not something that you're encouraged to give a shit about. Well,
It also has sensors too,
uh,
or sensor ranges close.
you know,
Whatever it means.
all your sensor equipment is going to be interestingly interacting with the local flora and fauna. Not to the point of exclusion. I'm just saying that it's going to make things a little more difficult to pinpoint stuff. But and this isn't Dagobah, but it's still pretty healthy for a planet blasted by 3 separate supernovae. Also, the force here is rich. Oh,
So, did we confirm that? Because that's the picture that I sent you from what I was watching.
if that's what you wanted, that's what you got. I don't like the color, but
The color's red. I can't.
is that red? Looks like
No,
a
this
competition
is
orange. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one that I have
Don't
is
mess
red.
with me. You know I can't do my colors. Don't mess with me like that. Okay, but yeah, if that's what you
So
want,
essentially
yeah.
that's the speeder bike I stole from Desmond, but red, not orange.
It kind of sort of matches the coloring on this.
Yeah, the red on that is sort of done as a rust rather than a deep red. You can repaint that, if you want. Might cause less trouble, too. Marrow has sort of looked at you and said, I don't know if you ever broached the topic with me. You ever broached the topic of changing the color of your ship? You care?
Now that we've pissed off the Imperials, it sort of maybe is a good idea.
How curious are you as to why the Empire doesn't seem to care that your ship is painted in diplomatic colors?
I'm curious enough to have asked.
Dude! Dude! Dude!
Apologies for the lateness.
Dude. We're gonna actually sit there because Jesse's not gonna be here this week. We've taken care of all of your necessities. So we've just gone over. We've come out of hyperspace in real space around Osis. We've done some planetary sweeps. We have a rough idea where we're going to land. We're getting. We've sent you off ahead of time.
Very good. Planetary sweeps ahead of time.
The obligation chart popped up on your addiction, so you need to eat something down there you've never ate before.
Very good.
I recommend the frogs that throw their tongues and sticks to things. There's a species of frog down there that are, I don't understand how this works in their ecosystem, but they have extremely long tongues, and one of the things that they do is they throw them and attach to the undersides of some of the rather large avians, and then they go along for a ride. I guess it allows them to migrate over long territories. You found 2 or 3 of them on the bottom. No, but when you flew past in your little ship, you found 2 or 3 still stuck to the bottom of them, so you kind of went,
As it should.
so...
Always as it should be.
That's the area that we think houses the what we're looking for.
Very good.
Due to terrain, we can't put the big queen.
Right down
Right
on
down
top.
near
Yeah, you
there.
notice like a good chunk of the awareness of topography that you guys have is because of him. There's so much life down here for a planet that's been blasted 4,000 years ago by 3 supernovae. So much life down here. And a lot of it tastes really good too. Like a lot of it.
Excellent.
Um,
Again, we'll drink in the atmosphere. It's just part of his purpose of coming on this whole thing is to taste new worlds. So.
Would you be interested in your GAN to having a fighter that looked like General Grievous's starfighter as his own personal craft?
I have no idea what General Grievous' Starfighter looks like, but sure.
You mean you don't know? You know, see episode 3.
I did. I just don't remember anything about his specific stuff. 1, 2, and 3 were shit. I didn't really want to pay too much attention to them.
Martian, rude. You seen the episode 7 teaser?
I have. I am cautiously optimistic. God. I'm hoping for good.
Oh, and since I showed everybody else, this is the speeder that I nabbed off of Tatooine, but it's red, not orange.
Because
Wake.
it goes faster.
Wakeboarding X-wings.
Well, it's also more compact than a lot of the other ones. So you don't have that thing where it's got 3 feet of the vanes in front.
So yeah, it's not like the Aerotech 740Z.
Yeah. I gratuitously stole a name for the bike from Old Republic. So it is an Aerotech Scythe.
No, it's a scythe. Doesn't look like a scythe.
I was about to say.
No, because all
Looks
the
like
other
a
ones.
thresher.
Because all of the ones on.
Well, because all the Old
Old
Republic
Republic.
ones, they all look like they're like it's cigars with like pincers in the front. Remember when we playing Knights of the Old Republic? All the speeders look like, and you never get in any of them. They're all just sitting around, right?
So pretty, can't touch.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. But yeah, so can you, in your spare time, can you go on the net, look up a picture of General Grievous' Starfighter? If you don't like that one, we find you another one. But I thought this one, it's compact, it's muscular, and according to Wikipedia, it's less than 7 meters long. I don't know how they manage, but it is. So
It's like a small little one-maner that can like attach to the queen.
yeah, we're looking at doing some modifications, and that's going to need some money. But we'll get to that. You know,
That's it.
In the
That'd be
meantime-
great. Like sometime. I'm not really
Yeah.
concerned about right now.
but
Well, you also caused Dark Side Death.
that's right. You rolled like friggin' 3 dark side points, you madman.
Sweet.
So there you are down the oh, fresh air, chewy frogs.
It's a fresh world. That just makes it. None of this is horribly toxic. One of these and one of these and one of these.
Oh
This
yeah.
plant life looks tasty.
But the force here is so powerful. Like it's like it's like that ever pervasive lilac smell in the house of an old woman. You know, like it's always there, no matter where you go. The bathroom, the bedroom, the living room, it all smells like lilacs. You know, and it's the kind of lilacs that intrudes into your mind. It's like it's like it chases any bad smells out, you know, just like literally throws them out the front door on its head. You take a look at that planet and you're like, oh, there's got to be big things to shoot down there. Oh, blood for the blood god. Death for the death god. Shooting for the shooting god.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. You just get the best picture of that and then show it down, please.
Hey guys, how come you keep giving these guys cool ships and telling me you're going to give me shitty ones and so on to see how I flop?
One of the first things I told you is that I can't wait to get you into an X-Wing. The only problem is there's maybe 20 of them right now, and they're all in the hands of a very selective group of people who aren't really in the mood to share.
That sounds like a challenge.
I need a headhunter. Those things were awesome. Outdated, but awesome.
If you want, we can buy. I mean, they'll sell a Z95 Headhunter to anybody because the Empire's like, our TIE fighters can beat Z95 Headhunters, and Z95 Headhunter pilots are like, yeah, you just keep fucking dreaming. If you want, we'll put you in a cloak-shaped fighter, but I swear to God, you're not going to think you're in a fighter.
Only the very best pilots get into headhunters. Because
right.
You need to be the best pilot to live in a headhunter.
By that logic, the only better pilots are in TIEs. That's
No, there isn't. The tie is not a fighter, it's chaff.
That's right.
Freaky. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, from what I can tell, it's all engine.
Yeah,
What the
so
heck
it's
does
looking
the
it's like
headhunter thing look like?
it
Is that
looks
95
like,
Headhunter? It looks like an
an
X-wing
X-wing
without 2 extra
without the
flaps.
wings that actually open up. They're just
But that's not really fair. So we'll actually get you a picture of a Z95. It's the least we can do.
Apparently it's called the soulless one.
Just like my math teachers. All of them.
Except for this one has a hyperdrive in it.
What is it?
Hyperdrive.
Well, we'll get you one with a hyperdrive. Why the hell not? I mean,
That's a Z95.
hell, half the time people in the ship wish you'd leave anyway. So it's not that they don't let. Actually, Angela, just come here and don't mind my rake here. That's a Z95. So as you can see, it's basically an X-wing with two bigger engines instead of four smaller ones, and two wings instead of four wings. Oh, and no little dude in the back to scream at you when he's being shot to pieces. As a matter of fact, I don't think the Z95 has a socket for a droid at all. Perfect. You don't have to listen to this bullshit.
Nobody likes droids.
I mean,
Droids don't.
Sassoon will build one in if you want. I mean,
Oh hell no! That's
you can be like the Jedi Delta 7 fighters that have the droid is built into the ship. The droid doesn't leave. It's a droid head, and it's built into the. You can do it like that if you want, but I don't
like
know.
they slapped an AI
No.
on a nav computer. It's like,
the way you
there
described the
go.
whole
There you go.
OSHA's thing. It would have blown the droid's circuit mines. Is what I needed to do.
Well, you'd have to shut the astromech droid down because the
So-
astromech droid would have cried and cried and cried. You'd have had to had to go and get.
Yeah,
Gronk
he's
to
gonna
keep
need
him
another
company.
mind wipe.
Yeah, the way you described
droid
the
therapy.
The Kava on Kier system essentially replaces the need for astromech droids.
so yeah, there's absolutely no point.
Now, what no instructor of the Kava on Kier will ever admit, for partisan reasons, is that if you have an astromech droid and you're only looking to make 10 jumps, well, it depends on which model you get. The R2 series, 10 jumps, and those 10 jumps are ironclad, then okay, but you know, like
I think
it's like saying
it's-
if I only ever want to go to school, the grocery store, my friend's house, and to the corner to get the mailbox, I'm fine. The hell, you know?
Hell
Like,
no. Our entire philosophy seems to be very anti getting into any of those sort of ruts.
That's right.
We go where we want.
I go there,
We go wherever the hell we want.
which worked just fine until we encountered the fucking chess. But we don't speak of that. It's also going to work really well when they encounter the Yuuzhan Vong, but we'll get to them much later.
Another 70 years from now.
That's right.
Yeah,
our
well-
religion says that technology is an offense to the gods. Also, we like pain. Come on. Come sit in the rumpus room.
And even they can only kill Chewie by dropping a moon on his head.
That's right. It's one tough Wookiee.
Fucking right.
So, yeah, so anyway, that was what I had in mind for your ship. And apparently it also has a hyperdrive, so, you know, I can just imagine, like, ooh, what does that do? Boom!
Don't push
Narshada! That's fun!
What do we do down here? Oh, we can display it. Great.
Has anybody, I think in that case we might want to actually put an astromech droid in there just to keep you from yourself. I think.
I don't think I'm going to be investing in astrogation, no.
No.
It's on my class list, but no.
It's right. There's
They have an
there's,
aggregator.
there's a sticker on the hyperdrive button that Sassoon is written in Huddies like, "Don't touch this. This means you."
Those little flip tops they put over it.
Yeah, the flip,
Padlock
the
on
flip,
it.
yeah, the flip
You
cover.
don't get the combination for
That's
this.
right.
Click.
That's right. It's there's a screw drilled through the lid and into the panel. You literally have to wrench the thing right off.
And it's epoxy.
That's right.
Keep your little bug fingers off of it.
That's right. So, yeah, the question is, how far away are you going to have to land this thing? And the answer is probably pretty far. You've discovered a line of forts, each one a large number of days away, sort of along a circular curve. And the parabola of that circular curve takes the line of forts right outside the mountain, the twin mountain ranges that I showed you.
Yeah.
The question is, the problem is that in order not to be here for the rest of your natural effing lives, you've basically got to pick the first one within the first couple of tries. You have to pick the one that actually has the Constitution in it, hopefully, in the dead hands of whoever, right? So the question is where? What?
As we're doing the scanning, I opened myself up to the Force. Because the ghost lady said, follow my instincts.
Very, very good. Very good. Oh, Force is very powerful here. There's so much of it that you can't identify its source. Some of it comes easily, like the Force that's attached to the lives of everything. It's said that the Force comes from the living energies of everything, but you've encountered things that project the Force that aren't strictly alive. You know, something that's really large has a Force signature to it, even if it's a hole in the Force. You know, you once tried to see what the Force signature of a really big freighter was, and you discovered that there was actually something there, but you weren't. It was very strange. It was like looking through a thermal imager and spotting things that were cold rather than hot. But what you discover as time goes on is that the Force seems to be urging you, by nudging your natural thought processes more towards analytics than feeling, and it keeps pushing you back towards the recitation, back towards that page, back towards that paragraph. You know, to three from eight, and the words republic, 3 from 8, just keep bouncing around in your head, and then that other thing that you said about you know the Republic always being big on symbology, logos, symbology, things that mean something else.
So in our little scan, how many of the bunkers show?
In your particular scan, wait, I still have the picture. I can look at the picture because I still have it. You can see 7 of them. That's in the snapshot that you. But that snapshot essentially encompasses 90% of the two mountain ranges, plus everything that's inside.
Okay. I'll just try to process what 3 of 8 would mean. Like, just go through everything that we've been seeing.
Just give me a test against your cunning. Give me a check against your cunning, and we'll have one red D12 be your difficulty. If you want to spend a Force point, I will grant you a success. But other than that, I have no interference with the check. Or if you want to do a destiny, you can do a destiny. I can always use more dark side. It's tough because I really hate spending them to fuck with you guys. I've really been conditioned over the years not to artificially interfere with.
Whenever people think they're doing a cakewalk,
Yeah.
That's when you. Oh yeah, you think that was too easy? Eh? There you go.
Suddenly, the battle droid is Grievous. Or General Grovus.
His long lost brother.
Sweet 4 lightsabers for the taking.
There's no real
why
Force
did my
points
brain
to
go to
spend.
general?
Yeah.
Essentially, I would add a Force die and whatever would come up as. The system is more fluid in terms
No,
of Force.
Yeah, I know.
Which is why out of
Seeing
combat
an
with Force,
entire
pretty much you can do whatever.
lineup of Muppets with lightsabers. Miss Piggy's has to be pink.
Let's put it this way: roll a die. If it comes up white, I'll say that you can spend that. Roll a force die, and if it comes up as a white, I'll say you can spend that. And if it's dark, we'll just forget it. We'll pretend it didn't happen. Doesn't fit the narrative. Fuck it anyway. You're polishing up your rifle. Oh, that's awesome.
Alright, so I did get one white.
There's your success. Indeed. And then suddenly it dawns on you. Should be in the pipe. These froggies don't like being eaten any more than anybody else does. You got your bag of cocaine there. What's that? Friggin' dime bag of pot. You were what you gonna say? You were gonna say something? Okay. That's it. Now that symbol is the symbol of the Old Republic.
It's a flashback to Jeff's palace.
Exactly.
Third of 8 would put it.
Not by my count. One.
It depends on when you start counting. Like if it's a clock, it's 12, but if it's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Don't treat it like a clock. Treat it as starting at 1.
Okay, so 3 would be
Yep.
Eastern.
Yep. So the one directly to the east of the big river, the big lake, is where you're pretty sure that it is. That's what the force is telling you. Or, your hallucination. Back job.
Alright, well, sort of. To
Now
make
you
sure
have to
that
convince
I don't look
everybody
like
else.
a complete, crackpot.
The force told me!
Let's see.
Okay.
We're just gonna take that flask now.
Dr.
over
Jitsun is like,
here.
I know all about the forest. Just hold steady. No, you don't understand.
Well, what I'll do, like, in the computers is, while I've been thinking about this, is I'll pull up the map, zoom in on the structures, or like what we think of the structures, and then just under my breath, third of 8.
Mara was standing
Bring up
beside
the,
you with his arms folded, watching you.
Bring up the symbol of the, go through a bunch of symbols until I find the symbol of the Old Republic. Boss, what was that line from the poem about third of 8?
He tells it to you again. And he leans forward, he looks at what you've superimposed. You're thinking it's there?
It's in the poem. Everything's there. I mean, that's the old symbol of the Republic. It's got 8 spokes on it.
Makes sense to me. Well, we're going to try digging somewhere, and it makes a lot more sense than any other option. We have our digging point, folks.
Alright.
We're going to set you down on the lake shore, relatively close to, and by relatively close, I still mean 2 days away, but...
Right, let me take a look at the map and get a better look at
Actually,
what the LZs
hand it to me, and I'll point it out to her. But I'll eat it first. Yeah.
It'll rotate.
Sure will. There.
Okay.
But you're probably gonna have to put it down around there.
Okay.
And then and then it turned.
Technology.
With touch screens, it reacts.
So yeah, how about
put down sort of around there.
About there.
So we can hike into somewhere around there.
What's that?
Put down here and hike into there.
Yeah.
And that's about 2-3 days.
Yeah, about 2 days because it's not straight through the heaviest trees, but it's tree-ish.
Okay then.
So she starts the landing cycle and touches smoothly down on the river mud. There's a bit of a splorch. Well, you see them coming a mile away, you know, like. So you're not like when they come out of the.
No, that's why I'm saving one.
Marrow's the first one off the ship.
Just basket it.
Anything we need to worry about? You've been eating, haven't you?
How does Gan smile? I'm just curious.
Through a respirator.
There we go.
It's all in exactly what sort of twinkle there are in his
I
eyes.
don't need one, but I wear one.
All right, so he leans on the strut that pulls the landing ramp up and says, "Come on down, weather's fine. Bring your Wookiees and your other assorteds. Talon, you should probably come out here first. Take a look around. Do you have macro binoculars, or do you have a slug throwing rifle, right?
I have a slug throwing pistol. I couldn't afford the rifle.
Fine, good. I know exactly who I'm going to give those macro binoculars to that we liberated from the.
I have macro binoculars.
Well, then use
But
your
if you have
damn
good
back
ones,
here.
then
Yeah, well, these are nice ones. These are
These are Imperial.
well.
High technology.
Actually, they're not marked as Imperial, but what probably happened was an officer who got fed up with waiting for the Empire to issue him a set probably went and bought a set that were identical to what he was going to be issued anyway, and so it has an Imperial officer's name on it, but it doesn't have the Imperial stamp.
a file will take care of that.
Yeah, so, and they're nice too. They're very nice. Yeah.
Excellent.
There you go, keep watch, and you, well, what do you think?
What?
The first thing you spot when you step off the ship is a footprint of a big fucking saurian, like big.
Much life bound to be apex predators.
Big, well, actually something this big, with that kind of heavy gait, straight up and straight down, that's a Vegisaurus. Good eating, though. If you can get a fire big enough, roast that thing. It's all in the sauce.
Yeah.
You get some sauce and some sea salt on that. Camp out for tickets to that show.
You back a couple of those, we'll get along just fine.
You can start on the inside and eat your way out. But of course, the downside is any prey that big is bound to get a predator capable of taking it down. Probably in groups not much bigger than 6 or 7. Assuming, of course, that there isn't a predator big enough to do it by itself, which you haven't seen yet, but that doesn't mean doesn't exist.
Fucking crate dragon.
What does the great dragon eat? Whatever it wants.
Wherever
And a
it
little
wants.
less lip from you besides.
Wherever it wants, whenever it wants.
Doesn't put a bib on first. So he pulls that pan and his out again.
Right, I remember in Star Wars Galaxies the number of people it took to take down a fucking great dragon.
Oh yeah. Great Dragon Raids. It's like MC Raiders. Nice. Well, you don't know, but you know, could be. So the rest of you get stuff together and they throw stuff on that walking thing. The the walking thing that doesn't like you. Every time he gets near the walking thing gets one leg up and does this. Adam tries to Sassoon has no idea why. He's checked the droid brain that runs this thing. And to say that it's a droid brain is extremely generous. But the thing is, like, it's just doesn't like him. So Pharaoh sort of says, "Oh, for the love of Pete," and he moves. "Come on, stupid." He moves it this way. And then, of course, he forgets to tell it to stay put. So as soon as he puts it over there, it blithely starts walking into the lake. "Oh, you're not much good to me alive, are you? Come here." Stay.
First purchase will be a large magnet.
Yes. You don't break this unless you can come up with a new one. Now, it's all we have. We can't put everything on the Wookiee's back. First of all, he's supposed to do most of our big... But no. He's not a slave. He's a friend. All right, let's get going. It's a beautiful day. Always ever beautiful. Beautiful. Are you one of those people? The look on her face. I swear to God, she's like... Smells like fresh planetary air. I don't know if I like it.
What do you expect? Her entire people live on spaceships. Planets are full of marks.
What's that smell? That's fresh air. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. And Marrow is sort of looking at you as you're sort of standing half on and half off the gangplank. Come on, we're going to need you. We're going to need your blaster and your good sense. And here, we're going to need your back. Carry his backpack.
Reluctantly, I come off, grab the thing.
You got
do a
water?
quick- Yes.
You got a hat?
Hmm?
You got a hat. Come here. What's that up there in this guy? This goes for the rest of you, too, that don't have no hats. Except you. You have a hat. It's all hair. And there's nothing in there anyway. This goes for all of you. This guy. That's not where they keep their brain. They keep their brain near the stem of the neck. Everybody knows it. Tell me I'm wrong. See?
Pop that right on.
Son, hot hat.
One sec. Goes back, grabs the same hat thing she was using on Tatooine and comes back.
So now I'm thinking like Star Trek 6, where it's like, not everybody
I thought
keeps
the
their
trees-
genitals in the same place.
We're gonna keep most of that sun stuff off of us.
There. You all ready now? You got good sturdy boots on? Let's go for a walk. Let's all go for a walk. You two go. We'll give you a 5-minute head start. I don't see any reason why you should stay off the comms. If you've got something to say, call it out. That goes for anybody. I don't know if there's anybody dangerous here, but we're not dangerous, so there's no point slinking around like we are.
Did we pick up enough comm links from the Imperial cache to...
Yes,
to
we
make
did, because I'm tired of trying to figure out who has one and who doesn't. So yes, we did. And if we didn't find any in what was left of the container, we coerced them off the troopers before we sent them back. That's a lovely, lovely comlink. It'd be a crying shame if you were to break your everything on the way from here to the hatch. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. By the way, you put the paperwork in for the money. It should be here sometime inside the week. So there's like $3,000. Oh, one last thing. Excuse me. One last thing. If it stands on 2 legs and it looks like it's smart enough to rub 2 rocks together, I want you to ask me before you put a blaster shot through its head.
I won't.
I'm just saying, I don't have a problem with you shooting the rest of the flora and fauna around here, but if it looks sentient, ask me first. Obviously, if it's attacking you, that doesn't apply. That goes for any of you. You have the right of defense. Just try not to commit genocide.
I'm just looking around and going,
Jewish the trailblazer or forward?
Smells
looks like home.
It smells really nice. And the trees are all really
You've
inviting.
been here
You want to
first.
climb trees, nobody's going to care.
You know where to go.
Honestly.
I do.
Follow you.
The Wookiee just went up a tree.
Hell.
Going from branch to branch.
At first you were like, something grabbed him.
Oh, right, there are Boreals.
Oh yeah.
But then you see the claw marks on the tree trunk, and you're like, well, that is the only way they pull them out. Right? They don't use them for anything else. Look, are we going to have a problem today? You and me, drawer. I don't understand this. 4 drawers on this thing, and 3 of them stay closed, and the last one loves me. So yeah, the Wookiee just up the tree.
Well, I get a better view from up here.
If it works.
And so you begin walking. Beautiful day, just sun, and a breeze, a nice eastern breeze that comes off the mountains on the other side of the valley, just blowing right through the trees, turning the leaves over. It's a lovely walk. All sorts of critters just for the eating. Critters looking at you from the trees, and you go up a tree and there's a nest of birds looking at you. You look at it, they look at you, you look at it. You both decide to, well, whatever. Off you go.
I just have this picture in my head of the Gan with like a butterfly wing sticking under his mouth.
Butterfly wing, squirrel's tail, horse's head.
It's alive, I can eat it.
You have probably never felt this much light side force in one place ever in your life. Like there's a part of your brain saying, hey, when I get old, I want to come build a house here. I want to sit on the front porch. I want to drink everything. And I want to go pleasantly to pieces. And I never want to touch another computer in my life. And except for having to chase your lifter around, everything here it's an easy walk. As the trees get a little thicker, you have to work a little harder to pick through so you don't step in the wrong place. And, you have to sort of put a stick down and make sure, or watch the lifter, because the lifter is very good at sort of putting its feet. So you learn to put where the lifter puts its feet, unless it's trying to run away. It doesn't run though, like it's not a runner. It sort of saunters off. It's kind of like someone trying to leave unobtrusively, But it will keep up a brisk pace if you do too. And after about 6 hours of because you came down in the early morning, so after about 6-7 hours of travel, it's like, okay, come on, let's sit down, have a break, take a rest. Get some food in us. I know you've been eating all along, so don't even pretend like you're hungry. Don't, because I saw you snatch that bird on the way past.
This game is full of must-fed gases.
Wait.
Steps a couple paces this way. That should do.
All you hear is bromp. And then something falls out of one of the trees.
And that ammonia stick that follows him around gets very, very, very strong for a while.
Jeez. You gotta get upwind of that.
Oh yeah.
I'm staying in the trees.
You spot movement in the bushes at 3 o'clock. You look through your scope. It's this planet's equivalent of a bear, a lazy omnivore, sort of wandering around the bush looking for what it can see. It probably won't come near us because we smell funny and there's lots of us. But you can see him looking at something through the scope. So you spot it's a big, what I told him, and it's sort of lumbering along, looking for whatever's at the bottom of bushes, probably berries or something. Doesn't seem to be a problem. But then he doesn't seem to be shooting it either, so.
You keep an eye on
You go to sit down, and you sit on something hard. And at first you think, oh, freaking forest floor, and I managed to sit on the only rock. But you reach underneath you, and you come out with what you and I would know as the magazine for a rifle. But I don't know if your character would ever have seen the magazine for a slug throwing rifle before, because slug throwers are not that common. They're on mostly primitive worlds.
Yeah, but those are great places for smugglers.
Oh.
So
So you sort of poke your finger in it and see the magazine spring going. Oh, magazine, empty mag. Looks like it's been here for a while. Been rained on at least once.
hey, an interesting artifact.
Marrow catches it, throws it to you.
See if there's any bullets.
There's no bullets left, but it's been well. There's no. It's been around for a while. It's got rust. It's got rust on it, which is tough to do even for permitted. Like it's been around.
Old.
Trouble is, you spot tracks, and they're not animal tracks. Somebody was trying to hide their presence here, but they moved a branch in a way that there's no way the branch could grow, and they did it so they could cover the back end of their heel. And it's a heel, which means it's a boot, and it's a boot, which means it's a person, and it's a person, which means it's not necessarily primitive.
Relay the information, let you know what's going on.
Looks like we're not alone. Oh, and this boot track, no more than 2 days old.
Correct.
Okay. Well, we're just going to do what we're going to do. We'll keep our eyes open. I don't need to tell you to be ready. You're always ready. All kinds of... He's always ready. That's what Dubaka means. It all means ready.
Actually, I'm going to go from branch to branch, to sort of in the direction that you pointed.
Yeah, which way are the tracks headed?
It would cut across your intended direction. So it would cut across your trail. Assuming that you had gone that way. Let's say catch the T. Put it that way.
Okay.
Oh, I turned my head.
I'm gonna go-
Set of maps here.
I'm going to go from branch to branch to a couple 100 meters maybe in the direction that he pointed out, and see if there's anything else I can see.
Give me a perception check. Please tell me there's a perception skill. Okay. You're gonna have to do with 3 purples though.
Oh boy.
But since you're high up, I'll give you a boost die.
Yay! You said 3 purples?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Success on net 3 advantages. Or sorry, net 2 advantages.
Wow. Okay. You think you saw something over there.
Okay.
And you think it wasn't necessarily wildlife.
Very carefully, as quietly as possible, get a little bit closer, see if I can pick something out. I don't know what scanner goggles would help at all, but
You don't know if what?
if scanner goggles would help at all.
Oh yeah, sure. Why don't you tell me you had scanner goggles? What's the? I don't suppose they bothered giving you a mechanical effect for those.
I will look it up.
Shut up, you.
Give me 1 second, I will look.
Just eat your frogs.
That's the armor.
Where did you put what you brought me? Okay.
Scanner goes. No, actually no.
Nothing.
It's just, well, it's thermal imaging. It's basically.
Hey, thermal imaging's not bad. Could be worse. I mean, it's not like as if you were using them at night, but it's better than nothing. You can detect the movement of heat pattern. So I'll give you two boost dice. What do you think of that? And I'll let you use a destiny. That's what they're there for. Look at all these lovely
Sure.
destinies.
Yeah. And what am I doing? Another perception check?
Yeah.
Okay. Still 3 purples.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bing, bing, bing. Net 3 successes and 1 disadvantage. Or whatever the equivalent is in the purpose.
Okay. The good news is that yes, indeed, you spotted a small party of humanoids dressed in what you and I would know as a ghillie suit, like snipers wear. The bad news is they've spotted you, and you hear something that you know very well. That's because they've opened fire on whoever they are. You can see lines of tracers like from over that away.
Oh, shit.
Marrow's like, get out of that tree, fool!
Probably safer in the fucking tree.
All right.
Manny just kind of backs up a little bit so that she's right next to a tree.
Everybody
Just
take
sort of,
cover.
Sort of looking around to make sure there isn't more of them.
They do seem to be coming from over there that way, and there do seem to be a number of trees between them and you. And they also seem to be shooting upwards rather than right across. However, it's probably still a good idea to get behind a tree, which Marrow does.
You had a Dream Blaster out.
Most of these trees are big enough that 2 people can hide behind and fire around if they have to.
Well,
Yeah.
4 or 5 feet of wood between you and bullets is a good thing.
Especially since when one of these bullets smacks into a nearby trunk, well, you can see this, you can't. When it smacks into a nearby trunk, it goes when it hits. So they're explosive bullets, which means they don't necessarily do that much damage in addition to armor, but if one gets embedded in your flesh, because you don't wear any armor. I'm not saying that it's going to be an automatic crit. I'm just saying it's going to. The doctor's going to spend a lot of time going doink ow, doink ow.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing I've got 19 wounds.
Jesus Christ!
Wall of meat. Very good. Wookie. Oh, right, and your path is big on
An enforcer. So I can get like 3 levels of toughness, so, which I've already got 1. Enforcer.
What are you doing? Are you staying where you are? Or are you getting down on those
well,
trees?
I don't have a gun, so it's... how far away from me are they?
They would be in the medium range band relative to you. They would be in. As a matter of fact, you know what? Fuck this. They're in the medium range band relative to all of you. Much simpler.
That works.
Any way I can close with them?
Yeah, you just. We just. This is going to be a combat, so we're just going to do this like a combat.
Maneuver to close the range band is short. Maneuver to close the engaged.
Yep. Easily.
I do love the abstracted ranges on this theme system. Very
Yeah,
nice.
it's great until
Dick
you
around
get.
with.
It's great until you get one character who's at one range band and another character at the other range band, and now you're trying to explain the relative distances between 2 sets of characters at 2 different.
Fair.
So that is one thing that a definite.
I'm gonna have to do the obligatory.
Wookiee roar sends the birds to the sky. If the machine guns didn't do it already.
And if I'm engaging them in one round, they have to make a fear check.
That's interesting. I wonder if that works no matter what range you're in.
No, it's when you become engaged.
Oh. Well, luckily, since they have rifles, they can engage you at range.
No, I think engaged means like the range.
Yeah.
So as soon as
range.
so as soon as I close to melee.
There we go.
Because you know, a 7-foot Wookiee wielding a vibro axe, you know, roaring at you.
I admit it's a lot less intimidating if they're considerable distance and can't reach you before you get to cover. If they can, it's shit. Is there a way to say nice Wookiee? Please don't shock me.
It's not falling down. It's not falling down.
All right. So for initiative, I want everybody to make a cool check, which is a simple check, which I think that means is only one. One purple is simple, I think. Yeah, one purple.
Initiative?
What's that?
Initiative, or is this?
Yeah, it's initiative. You guys are in a fight.
Okay.
Yes. What's the matter?
Nothing. The initiative checks, I don't think there's an opposition die. It's just
It says it's a simple check. So
maybe it is. I may be misremembering, so I'll go with what you have there.
let's make
No point
sure.
dicking around.
Let's make sure. Ah, simple. Yeah, simple means there is no. Yeah, just roll. There's no purple dice at all. Simple means no purple dice at all.
I think for initiative, it's vigilance or cool.
It's vigilance or cool. Although I think that's situational,
Situational, yeah.
and I don't think you automatically just get to choose between whichever one's higher.
It defaults to cool unless the GM decides vigilance is the more appropriate.
Because I'm
situation.
inclined to use vigilance in a situation where you guys didn't know these guys were coming. These guys couldn't have announced themselves any more clearly if they'd have put up flares. And they did.
I get the same for both. So.
Ooh, I wonder what the cool is.
Oh dear, it's not presents. That's unfortunate. Got a little green die.
Is vigilance is cool twin to intellect?
No.
Cool is presence.
Presence, vigilance is willpower.
Oh wow. Okay.
This is 1 and 1. Not bad for one.
Better than a kid coming nuts.
I ended up with 1 success.
Oops. Yeah, just 1 success.
There were more successes when I did the roll with the purple die, but
I'm just. I did my roll. I'm just ignoring the purple die.
on the other hand, there was success, the triangle, and advantage on the other.
Okay, so what is your final initiative, Vanny?
Got 1 success.
Good me. Fire than a slap in the nose.
I'm pretty sure I'd have ended up with 1 success.
Toby?
without her rules.
1 success, 2 advantages.
Mr. Gand.
1 success, 1 advantage.
Pretty much got them all memorized now.
I just keep reversing
Talon.
which is which.
Am I rolling again? Which die?
You haven't rolled yet?
No.
Okay, move on.
Dice.
Craig?
2 advantages.
Two advantages for Craig. Salem, yes. So we want to make a check for Salem. Salem is
presence, so it's probably pretty good for him.
Yeah. Okay. Let me double check it out here.
Virgo is great at talking, but a really horrible shot with anything that resembles a weapon.
With some good cards, and he probably has some cool.
I'm speaking from
He's a social
observed
path
evidence.
character.
I know. His presence is 2, and his cool. Stop that. And his cool is 1.
Favorite. Dice is a roll, 2 success, 1 advantage.
Adam, would you be so kind as to dig Salem's character sheet out of the pile and these now yours for
Suppose
the
I could have
combat?
actually just looked at that. Yeah.
What did you roll for his?
2 success, 1 advantage.
So this is where we get to fuck with him. Salem jumps out into this, into the clearing and says, "Shoot me! Shoot me!"
I
Oh
think
god, that
Look, I have
sounds
plausible deniability.
reminds me of a D&D game a long time ago where we had a dragon sorcerer who kept forgetting that for a dragon he was pretty crunchy. And so we would do all sorts of stupid grandstanding things when he was actually in the game. He had a whole lot more better sense of self-preservation when we were running his character.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's okay.
We kept telling him, for a dragon, you're stupidly fragile.
Depends.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop
Oh.
throwing yourself at things.
Well, I got.
Doing that stupid thing where for one more point of power you take a little point of damage. Keep doing that because you keep falling over and we hate picking you up and putting you back together.
I like. Then of course, I had a level 3 rogue once who managed to hook a grappling hook into the chest of a troll skeleton and basically got him to rip himself apart. It's amazing what good rolls will do for you.
Really, really long time ago I had a half-elven bard who had the most incredible knack for finding secret treasure stashes and just appropriating them. I also had a better accuracy rating than the archer, who had a friendly fire issue.
Oh no.
It got worse when we switched to Shadowrun and the friendly fire issue followed him.
Oh. You. Yeah.
There was a grenade incident and a couple of other things when half the party, when we figured out edges and flaws, and half the party took the one where you have constant grudge things going. We all had our various lists of people we had grudges against, and the exact order just kept changing. His
All right,
character
New
often
roll.
ended up
What
on
am I
top
rolling?
of
Which
it.
ones?
We just had a
you're rolling
sorceress who liked to
cool
light things on fire,
and
which really didn't help us
presence.
when we were engaged in healing.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm gonna do hands of flame. No, you're going to light your party members on fire.
The biggest number becomes the number of green
The
d8s.
only other weapon she had.
The smallest number
Fucking
replaces green
And she was
d8s.
spent, but she had a negative
So if you've
strength,
got,
so it
you
was
got
kinda
one
like, what's the
presence and
point?
one of those green d8s becomes
So you get 1d4 minus 1.
yellow d12.
Great.
So your total is one yellow
Immediately
d12,
I-
one green d8.
I was sort of guest at a game one evening and
3
apparently
successes. Good
had
man.
far too much influence on the other characters because I walked in there with a crazy, chaotic, neutral fire sorceress who sets things on fire for whatever reason she has. She has I had a whole list of pre-prepared excuses. Everything from Koseth told me to do it to it was absolutely horrible. It just had to go. And when everything else runs out,
The sorceress interior
Giggle.
career.
smile and go, I don't know. And she just walked through the dungeon and she set things on fire, whether it was a good idea or not. And
All right, so the
apparently
first set of
that
people to
still
go in
has
this
to do with
particular
it.
combat are going to be the strange people who are firing their assault weapons. So,
Watch Daka.
yes, right, Daka, 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 Daka. There we go. So, and since the tree brush is so heavy, it's going to be a 3 to get you. to who are they going to shoot? Well, they've been shooting at you since you're up in the tree. So. Oof, oof. So we got a success. Now these are minion groups, so they attack as a group, and they're damaged as a group. So they got a success, 2 advantages, and a triumph. So technically that means they get 2 successes plus a triumph. Now I got to try to figure out what they're going to do with their triumph. Things to do with the triumph when you're bored.
Many things, all up and down.
4-1 triumph.
I can't see.
And inflict a critical injury with a successful attack that deals damage past
He's
soak.
looking for. I have a pen light, but it's sitting on
Okay.
this whole pile of pens on my desk.
So their weapon, I'm pretty sure their weapon is going to hurt you. Damage is 7 plus the 1, so that's 8. What's your soak?
3.
Okay, so you're going to take 5 damage. So yes, they're also going to do a critical on you. Now let's just make sure. Oh, these weapons do vicious because the shells are exploding. So it's vicious 2. So it's plus 20 to the check. Make me a stick to beat you with.
Is that a percentile? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, you're rolling percentile.
Kitty.
And you're gonna remember to add 20 to that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, remember to add 20 to that. Oh wait, can I get the 61?
Slightly dazed.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Disoriented until end of encounter.
What does disoriented mean?
Disadvantage die.
Oh, there we go. So you took a bullet in the shoulder and you just went pow.
Disadvantage or setback die. It's a black die.
Yeah, black die. Sorry, I got the wrong
Setback
wrong
die.
name. Setback
Don't worry,
die.
we'll figure it out. You know, now that hopefully we're going to game regularly.
That particular one I know because I have it on one of my weapons.
Setback die is a black one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And I have been critically wounded, so I'm now at +2.
I would, since you've taken a critical wound, I would like you please to make an athletics check to stay in the tree with a 2 purple difficulty.
Okay.
If you had any less brawn, I'd be like, oh, it's going to be more difficulty, but you're like, bah, I eat critical wounds for breakfast. I lose more blood than that running for the bus. Could you imagine it? Craig gets on, dude, you're bleeding. Fuck off. That's what we Spartans do. We bleed all the time. Might be why there's no Spartans left. Shut up, you!
You got time to
Alright.
I ain't got time to bleed.
get time to death.
1 disadvantage and 1 triumph.
Well, not only do you stay on this tree, but I will take off the setback die that you have to suffer for your next attack.
Okay.
For the next action you take will not be done with a setback die, but from that point onwards, yes, you're gonna have to suck on the setback die. Everybody's happy, and they've acted, and it's Salem's turn of all fucking people.
Well, it's one of our slots.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. Since basically now everybody goes, it's just a question of who wants to go first.
Do you have a taker?
Marrow calls out, "Talon, do you have the shot?
Yeah, hopefully.
Then by the balls of my grandpa, take the shot."
So
Take that
next
as
is
authorization.
Marrow, and he gives the go Talon,
That's right.
That's fine.
whatever that maneuver is.
You guys can all take your
I didn't
shots
even put him in the
before I
damn
engage
initiative
immediately.
He didn't even draw his gun, Jason.
That's it. He's gonna get one. He'll get one go, and then that's it. That's his penalty for being an asshole.
Just like a boss, sit in the back here, like, sitting on his thumb while everybody else is taking bullets.
Are you surprised? He doesn't even know how his blaster
It's
works.
probably safer for us all if he doesn't pull that thing out.
You watched him for 4 solid hours stare at 2 pieces he put together to try to figure out how to put them together. You watched him until you couldn't take it anymore. And then you just walked over beside him and went click. And you walked away. Beat him like Full Metal Jacket until he's sitting at the table going, operating rod goes in the operating rod chamber. Smooth. And then you find him in the bathroom and it's all over from there. What are you doing?
Heavy ranged, obviously.
Yeah, it's heavy ranged. It's going to be tough to hit these people through the trees, plus they're camouflaged, so you're looking at 3 purples. But don't forget, you've got a pretty decent scope on there. I don't know what mechanical effect it gives you. That's your responsibility to know these things. It's your tech.
Can I get the library?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll dig it out.
Checking out my stats. Slow as fuck.
I bet you the paper would be faster. I bet you. So YouTube wants me to watch a video called Deep Thoughts with a Christian Douche. You know, the worst part about it is I just might.
Shot the Wookiee in the shoulder and he won't stop coming.
That's your problem right there. Hey, you shot him.
I love it. See, that's your problem right there.
You shot the Wookiee. You just made him mad.
You're done fucking up, son.
You figured it out or
You're done
what?
fucking
Yeah,
up.
so.
Right. So what's your agility?
Agility 2.
Yeah, what's your skill?
One of these
2.
bastards in
Okay,
half.
so you
Two yellow
basically
dice.
get to roll 2 yellows.
Yeah. And then the stupid ass purples.
That's right. 3 purples. Do you know if the scope gives you your homework between the next time it's time to... No, you don't get to do it now because
No, it
you were
doesn't
supposed to
have
know
it.
already.
It doesn't have it on my
Well, that's why you look at... I gave you a copy of the book.
What
Yes.
type of sight is it?
It's a...
The telescopic sight?
Yes.
Yeah, it does nothing at medium range.
Okay.
So, yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Well, I just want to
Well,
make
it
sure.
reduces difficulties by 1 for long and extreme range.
Okay.
That's it.
So I back up a bit. Run back to the ship and then I fire.
Okay. So I get into orbit. It's like that scene in Sol Bianca where the chick goes out onto the hull of the starship and takes a shot at a target on a planetary surface from orbit. I'm like, yes.
That there's telescopic bitches.
That's all right.
That's rude.
Is that what you rolled? All right. So you got 2 successes, 4 successes, and what's come up on that?
Nothing on the purple.
Uh huh.
And then pointies.
Okay, so that takes 2 successes away. So you got 2 successes and 1 disadvantage.
Yoink.
So the good news here, take those back. The good news is you made the shot. The bad news is that you're going to need to reposition before you make another shot. So when it becomes your turn again, if you decide to move, you're not going to be able to take a shot after.
Okay.
So, but now resolve. Now, what's the damage of your weapon? 10?
Just 10. Yeah.
You say 10? That's 12. Ooh. Yo, Licky, what your jokes are?
Heavy blaster.
Yeah, it's a long range sniping blast.
That'll empty your brain pan.
Well, their soak is 4, so you did 12, so that's 8. Wow.
Did 2 of them go like this? Yeah, and then
One shot.
So that's, you see him just he sort of kicks one leg out, brings the weapon up in one smooth motion, fires the shot. One guy, one of your enemies, who sort of just peeks his head from around a tree, gets cored through the head and drops like a sack of wet potatoes. And you see a guy standing behind him, like, pulls back from the other side of the tree. And then he just, but you see him, he sort of wobbles a bit.
Goddamn uneven ground. Shit.
Good shot though.
The brace broke.
That was art.
Stupid brace.
That was a French art film. That was that shot.
How many of these guys are there?
Now there's 4. Well, 3 plus 1 whose heart's not really in it anymore.
I quit.
He has a slight case of where's my arm. It's in the medical textbooks under where's my leg, where's my head. That's the acute case.
At that point, I don't have a problem anymore. My friends are the ones with the problem.
That's right. So,
I'm leaving all my problems behind me as I run for my fucking life.
Talon went. Who wants to go after Talon?
You guys take all your shots before I engage immediately.
Yeah, let's not let the Wookiee go first.
Well, let's see.
Well, let him win.
That noise provides good cover for me, so Gand will go next. In that case.
Yes.
He's doing double maneuver, one to close to short range.
Oh,
The second maneuver is flanking,
okay.
to cut around off to one side so I can get a better angle on them.
Okay. You remember that, because I won't.
Okay.
After the Gand.
Anyone?
Guess I'll go.
Okay.
They're mostly paying attention to everyone else.
Well, they're paying attention to everybody now, because they've discovered that while there was a tasty Wookiee in the trees, there's someone down on the ground who can shoot. They were probably all like, look, the Wookiee's got a vibarax. He's a puss cake. Bob? Bob? Bob!
Okay, so
Stop sleeping on the job.
who's the closest of these guys?
Of your people, or their?
Of them?
There's people over yonder, a medium distance away. Over there.
Okay, I'll pick who's ever standing closest, not actually looking at me, and shoot him.
Good. I'm not so sure about the not actually looking at you part, because that would be really dangerous, all things considered. Hey, Joe, the firefight's this way. I'm watching my TV.
It's more in the
I gotta
someone
watch
who
myself.
obviously hasn't spotted me and thus isn't actually aiming at me.
Yeah, unless you're dressed as verdantly as they are, and you're probably not. I'm not saying you dress like a gypsy or a vagabond or a flying circus. I'm just saying that you may be sporting a few colors not considered natural to the world.
You've seen the picture. She's dressed in that plus a vest.
The picture's in black and white.
Yeah.
I thought I sent you one with color.
I don't think so.
She's in black and
You
white.
could have.
Because Fox didn't use colors very well.
That's
It's pretty straightforward. She's in black and white. Set the albino. It's all good.
At any rate, there's 3 successes and 1 advantage.
gonna hit me. Okay.
Yeah, just never mind.
You use 3 purples, right? For your
Okay. That
As now.
means there's also 2 threats.
Okay.
Oh,
No,
and
that's
a
2
triangle.
disadvantages.
What's that?
That's what it ended up with after I
So,
So
2
it's-
successes and 1 disadvantage.
Okay, that's cool. Good stuff. The disadvantage is that the disadvantage is that now they know exactly where you are. So, and plus the ground's a little bit wonky too. So the next turn again, you're going to have to decide if assuming you decide to move. If you don't want to move, then that's not going to be a deal. But basically, it's either You stay where you are and don't move, and then you get to fire, no problem. Or you move, and then you can't fire until the turn after. But we can worry about that in a minute. Okay. Now you have 2 successes to play with. What's the damage of your weapon?
5.
Okay, so that's 7 minus 4 is 3. So the guy who got poinked in the shoulder isn't having a good day today. He's all like,
2 days from retirement.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
That might not be a
As long as he
positive.
doesn't start like doing that whole.
Yeah.
Well,
away,
well,
you live,
kill shot.
away.
Well, the good news is for him is that he's not going to be living much longer, so at least he won't suffer.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's suffering.
With the Wookiee gets his fucking teeth into him.
Okay, so after her, Annie has gone, so now we got Toby left, and we got Dubaka, and we got Salem.
We also have the doctor,
Doctor's involved.
unless she didn't actually come along.
She came, but you seem to forget who and what she is. She doesn't hurt anybody.
She has a stick. She can hit people.
She might as well be hitting herself because they're in.
The only one in the most powerful armor we have is going to sit back and go, no,
This
just
is
shot.
Star Wars. The armor doesn't matter a shit, which is why I keep scratching my head when you say you want to get some, because it doesn't do anything.
2 soak and 1
Oh,
deflection.
yeah, well. I mean, the other thing.
The armor in this game does more than any other game ever.
So
No, I'll go next.
she's in the armor because she doesn't want to get hurt. She's not in the armor because she wants to be violent. She's just bad-tempered. She's not vindictive. Well, she's
Bad-tempered.
bad-tempered and vindictive, but she's not me. She's
She's a doctor. What the
Yeah.
freak?
So I'm going to be essentially I'm behind a tree,
uh-huh.
and I'm going to be doing that thing where if somebody tries to shoot me, I'll upgrade their difficulty. So I'm pretty much done for this round.
Okay.
Well, in that case, Salem will go next. Salem hides behind cover, does a little hand over the top. You couple blasts their way.
That's right. That's right. Take the
Doing,
shot.
doing it all gangsta style.
That's right. Yes.
That the gargoyle? That's not good.
Laughter explodes in his hand.
Met nothing.
Nice.
That's normal
You hit
for
some tree
Salem.
marker.
Told you we couldn't shoot.
Dropped his
Wow.
gun. Not crap.
No failures, no disadvantages, no nothing. Just nothing. Everything balances.
That's what he said. You shot the tree. Very good.
Told you we couldn't shoot it.
You are correct. Good to know. Shooting is not his thing.
All right. Now, Dubaka, time for you to fuck or walk, man.
It's gonna do both.
Charging straight in.
Okay. So, I think as a maneuver, I think you can spend a maneuver to close a range band.
Maneuver to close from medium to short.
Yes.
Maneuver to close from short to engaged.
Do you want to do that? Because you're basically going to run up and go, ah!
Yeah, but they still have to make a fear check.
That's right. Ah.
In the
Okay.
middle going, this is coming down any second, fuckers.
You just wait.
Who wants to be here when I finish?
1, 2, 3, not it.
Okay, so that's what you did. And now the initiative cycles back to them. And well, you're right in front of them. So now they have to make a fear check, which is what?
Difficulty of 1.
Is it a discipline?
Yes.
Doesn't.
Discipline check? Okay, so. Well, they are technically unskilled in discipline. Discipline is chained to
Willpower.
what? Willpower? Well, you know, they might have some of that. Two whole green dice and what? Two whole purples?
1.
One purple? That's it? You only get one purple?
One for every rank of fearsome. There are 3 levels of fearsome.
And how many fearsome have you got?
I've only got 1. I've only got
That's
the
not
first
very
level.
fearsome. You couldn't scare the toilet.
Yeah, well, the other 2 are at the very bottom of the tree, and they're 25 points each.
Seems rather
Like,
strange.
yeah.
It's a free thing.
Is it?
He gets it for free.
Okay.
He goes to engage them. They have to make a check.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
Doesn't
they
do
did.
an action. Doesn't do nothing. It's just like, I'm here.
Just for a free little check, it's pretty
They
good.
did. They made the check.
That's fine.
One whole success. They almost didn't make it.
Yeah, that guy on the ground, he's really scared. Totally. He froze up.
Scared to
completely.
death. Scared right to death. All right. Now the good news is the way that minion rules works is that as you kill them, you knock off levels of their skill. So whereas
They
these
get
guys
dumber
started,
as we kill them.
not
basically.
you don't knock off their characteristics, but you knock off their skill pool. Their skill pool is derived by their numbers. See, so if you've got 5 members of a minion group, then you have 5 in that skill. But if you kill 3 of them, now all of a sudden their skill level drops to 2.
Oh.
And
So
since
they're stormtroopers at that point.
since their characteristics aren't necessarily supposed to be all that high to begin with, the more damaged you make them, the easier it is to damage them going forward. That's something I think is going to make you very happy, assuming you survive this turn.
If they were only able to do... I can take 2 more hits like that.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. Don't worry.
Like, after that, you just don't worry about that. It's all good.
Yeah.
I can fix it.
The bad news is that since you're basically standing right in front of them, they don't get cover. So it's only 2 purples.
Yes, but they're also firing into melee.
They're engaged.
They're trying to fire heavy weapons while engaged. It's 2 dice.
2 dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top
I'll-
of the-
Like
whatever
the difficulty increases by 2.
Oh, okay. So it's 4 purples now.
Yeah, unless they have the feat that reduces it, which I have no idea.
No, they don't.
I was gonna say about
What would
It's just
normally
bad news.
what would normally be a short range shot?
One circle. Well, that was the last time we were fighting. So it would go, from 1 to 3, because I'm assuming we're using 2-handed weapons.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
2 successes. Couldn't have worse. No automatic critical this time. But no, it's a glass half full type situation.
Yep.
So that's 9 minus 4 is 5. That's your damage. No worrying about criticals or anything.
That would be 9 minus 3.
Right.
So 6.
6. That's right. I should use your soak and not theirs. I'll get the hang of this DMing thing if it kills me.
How many years now?
Yeah, but every goddamn
I
time
know
they
the
come up with a
games
new
are
game, it's a new
different. Oh,
system.
okay.
Like, fuck. If we were still using the Palladium, well, bad example, but if we were still using the World of Darkness system, I'd be like, oh, da-da-da-da-da.
Just D10.
So, how many? So you still?
I'm still standing.
All right, that's a dude. That is a dude.
I still got 8 wounds left.
All right, so now it's everybody else. Take your slots.
Stop at the order.
Is that you?
Yep, Talon's next.
Rampage. since you-
But once everybody takes the slots, is that locked?
I'm
or,
already in the...
or do they
That's
get?
what we
Take
did last
an early
time.
slot this turn.
There's-
Take an early slot this turn. Rampage. Their asses.
Okay.
Finish there.
Did we go in the same order, or are we choosing again?
According to Dan, last time we went in the same order. But to me, that kind of seems. Well, just make because it's you anyway, so just make your attack. So you're looking at the same. What was the difficulty I set you last time?
3.
3.
You don't like eat purple dice.
Okay, so. Alright. Chew your damn food. Alright, so you got 2 successes. And you get two disadvantages.
Oh, of course. And now I can't find my boots. They're stuck in the mud. What the hell, man?
The same condition as last time. You'll have to decide between moving or firing.
Firing is always the best option.
All right, so 2 successes plus 10 from your weapon. 10 damage from your weapon, that is to say. So that's 8 again. So poor buddy with the wound.
Oh, shit, aren't we supposed to be the snipers? Whoops. He's a pretty good shot. Maybe we should recruit him.
Actually, it's even worse than that, because it's even worse than that because the guy who lost his shoulder, as he's reaching over for something or other, you pop him one, and then the shot basically goes right through him and kills the guy behind him. He's like,
These guys are squishy.
they're minions. They're meant to be killed
By the dozens.
by the dozens. They're meant to be deaded.
So they're down to 2.
Yeah.
So, what it actually says here is that if the initiative slot is a player character initiative slot, then the players agree on the one player character to fill that slot from amongst the PCs who have not acted that round. So
Right.
it seems like it is
Every round he wrote.
every round. It's just like PC slot. Who wants to go?
Yeah. Sounds like it to me. So who wants to go?
I'm gonna sunder these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Rip him up.
I won. Wookie roll, pants pee. That's them, not
okay,
you.
I'm in melee. Do I get the same penalties as them? Or?
No, melee. It's like 1 purple.
2.
Thanks.
It's 2
On what's that? Why is it 2 purple?
because that's what that is the difficulty for melee. Period.
Melee
All right, 2
defaults,
purple.
Yeah.
2 purple. It's better than 3 purple.
Yeah.
Unless they happen to have a defense die. Maybe.
Okay.
I think
Well, if they
it's
have
very
defenses
rare.
and setbacks.
It's rare.
They don't have.
Net 4 successes and 1 disadvantage.
Yeah, 4 successes, 1 disadvantage. So,
You add successes to damage, right?
Yes.
So total damage is 10.
he's in the way. People who want to shoot, there's gonna be a setback die because he's in the way. So how much damage altogether?
10. Brawn plus 3 plus 4, so yeah.
One guy drops, just scythed, and the last guy's so badly wounded he's just like sitting against a tree. Sort of pulls out a knife and he's waving it at you.
I'm gonna go next.
He's waving that little king boat or whatever it was at him.
That's not a knife. It's well, it's not a knife,
He's
but it's an
waving
axe.
He's waving that dinner roll, that king boat.
1 success.
Okay.
So that's 6 damage.
Yeah, that'd do it. Yeah. As he's waving, another shot rips right across his face. He just. Marrow puts his hat back on. Everybody dead? Are we okay? Anybody get
I
hurt?
think like blood soaking down my arm.
Jotana walks past. Yes, someone's hurt, idiot. Hold still. Hold still. Put the axe down. Yes, you're a big, tough Wookiee. Sit down. I'm not 9 feet tall. She treats you. First thing she does is give you something for the pay. First thing she does. And it's it doesn't make you all like. So that's good. And then she says, "Oh, exploding ammunition. That's fantastic. I'll be here all afternoon." Pulls out tweezers, tiny little. Doink! Doink! Except that one's lodged in your bone. She's gonna get in there with big. And when that's done, she She sutures it together, sprays it with some skin, puts with some synth, puts a Band-Aid on it. Oh, the only thing is she had to hit you with a depilatory in the area, like not like you're not bald, but just the area, so as not to get some stray hairs into the wound.
That's okay. I'm missing patches of fur everywhere. I've got friggin' scars all over me.
Heats
So.
up all the dead guys.
So you're dragging dead dudes into a central area?
Pretty much. Find out try to figure out who they are, what they have, take their stuff.
That's right. I have a funny feeling that last one's really more important to him.
You know, we could have left the last guy alive.
Yeah, there was that. Where are they coming from? Why are they here? Oh, who cares? Just fucking kill them.
Generally
Well-
looking for things like, oh look, you have maps. Maps have features on them. Features that only you need to know about.
They don't have maps.
Any kind of ID?
They don't have identification.
Most of them don't have faces, but what the fuck?
Is they humans?
Yes, they're very human. Most of them
I
are
don't feel bad.
are wearing. Most of them have tribal war paint on underneath their stuff. Most of them, they're wearing very heavy clothing, but they're tough though. They're buff, very cut, not necessarily tall. One or two of them are, but they're very fit. And these rifles, you've never seen anything like them before. They've obviously been built here, but they do use exploding ammunition, which is very nasty for unarmored targets. Armored targets, it's not necessarily that big a problem, but against unarmored targets, it's vicious.
Take rifle.
And these rifles aren't like, we pulled them out of the packing grease, cleaned them, they're like wrapped, and they're chipped and wrapped and scratched and wrapped up in cloth in some places, feathers and stuff, and tokens and stuff attached to them.
Roofie.
Once the dock is done,
Advanced technology.
once the dock is done, I go wander up and start peer over one of the dead ones and go.
The dock lets you walk away, then follows you and sort of leans this way a bit and says, "Now, do I have to explain to you that it's not a good idea to keep fighting with a busted shoulder, or am I wasting my fucking time?" I thought so.
Yeah, just look down. Natives.
Did you get wounded?
No.
Bloody shame. He said, "I know where I'll get my best car."
Oh look, Chief, something happened to the doctor.
Oh, the jackpot! They're bad break, tough break.
Tripping or falling on her own blaster like that.
Yeah.
He doesn't carry a blaster.
Just
Yeah,
dead.
freak accident.
So you go over and have a look. Are you looking for anything I haven't mentioned already?
No, well, I suppose it's just doing cursory search, I guess.
A lot of these guys are scarred. Really heavily scarred, which suggests a warrior culture.
If Meryl hadn't noticed that, I'll point that out to him.
There were some legends that said that when the Jedi were wiped off the face of this planet, or when they managed to leave, not all of them actually left. And some of them went hiding in the caves underneath some of the tallest peaks. And if that's the case, these may be their descendants. Purple. Fuck. If that's the case, these people probably spend a long time living a very hard scrabble existence. Tends to breed hardy people, as I'm sure I do not need to explain to a Wookiee. Question is, why'd they attack us? I don't think it's a difficult question to answer, but the precise nature of the answer might be a little tough. My vote is simple territoriality. That's my vote.
Or not them.
The Gand is going to check the area where they were set up.
It-
See, had they been there long, or was it they just got here, happened to wander across the paths?
Yeah, it looks like we encountered them by accident. And if that's the case, it suggests that if they'd have had some time, they probably could have set up a really crappy ambush. Because they are interested in camouflage. I mean, they're covered in what you and I would understand as a sniper's ghillie suit. Does anybody here not understand what a sniper's ghillie suit is? Okay then.
Or any of those suits salvageable. Obviously, some of them will be piecemeal.
You can build one suit out of it.
Oh, those were pretty clean headshots.
Yeah.
Suits usually cover the head, though.
Yeah.
Well, you can if you want to, but man, they smell bad.
Give them to the Gant. Couldn't smell any worse.
Hey.
Yeah, but the Gant doesn't seem to care much about camouflage. He's like, hello, I'm here. There are things for the eating. Take me to your kitchen. You're Scottish, fry something. Chicken fingers and custard. Absolutely.
No, I'll take one of the suits. And take the rifles, I'll strip one down. See how it works.
Very well. It's extremely reliable, very sturdy. You could swing this against a tree for half the day and it would still fire. As a matter of fact, it's created so much on the sturdy side, you're beginning to wonder how they could have been very accurate with these things at all. You're kind of thinking these may have a touch of the AKs at long range disease. Pulling Maggie's drawers, especially since they're auto fire. Auto fire automatically makes it less reliable or less accurate.
What do you mean perfect? It's perfect.
That's great. We should give these to all of our enemies. You're a strange little man.
It's like pouring lead down wrench. It's got nothing to do with it hitting anything.
If they are the descendants of the Jedi that remained, it's kind of amazing that they didn't fall into barbarism.
Well, it's quite likely that they did.
It's been thousands of years.
But I think what's twice as amazing is they didn't stay there. But the sentient creatures have a funny habit of being able to realize when they'd better smarten up or they're all dead. Not every sentient creature, certainly not Imperials. But natural selection being what it is, it tends to favor people bright enough to stop fighting when it's time to eat. All right. Is everybody rested? Can you walk, dude? Okay. Somebody's going to carry Dubacca's pack for a while. It's not optional. We can't put it on that shoulder. The doctor'd skin me alive. I'd skin you twice. She hates me, you know. I don't know what I did.
Hates everyone.
So let's go. Come on, dingbat, to the walker.
It didn't walk. It didn't walk off during the firefight.
It did, and he had to go and chase it.
Oh, damn it.
At least it died. He didn't walk into the field of fire. That was a blessing.
Jotana walks over to Marrow, punches him lightly in the arm to get his attention. It's like a beast, right? What? Were y'all making fun of now? It's like a beast, right? It's got lit. Then tie it up when you want it to stay somewhere. Do we have any cord? You rummage. Oh, I'll be dipped in voodoo. I never thought of that. Mutter. You didn't think she can mutter through her helmet's enunciator.
Smelling not good to eat.
I tell you though, it's a sad day when you got to tie your droids down. It's a sad day. All right, come on, let's go.
Put it down for you.
No, we need it. Do you want to carry all the gear that's on it?
No.
Then we need it.
I wonder if we could apply the same strategy to Doku.
Oh, come on now. You're just being mean because you're wounded. Doki loves you, you know. He just has a funny way of showing it. You know, he draws little pictures of his quarters of him beside you, eh? Well, actually, usually him behind you with a weapon.
At least it's not how big they're like. That's
Him downrange of you. Anyway, he thinks you're great. We all think you're great. Besides, if you hurt Doki, you're going to break Sassoon's heart.
I didn't say it would hurt him. Just tie him down.
What do you want to tie him down for? He doesn't hurt anybody. You know, he does a lot of maintenance when he get allowed to run around in the nooks and crannies of things, and it's not like he violates your personal space, although he probably would if you pushed him enough. Probably the last thing he ever did, but that's neither here nor there. And so you keep walking until finally the sun starts to look like it's going to go down. You're wondering if there's ever going to be any night around here. Talk about your long summer days. Geez, that's at least 16 hours. It's going to be fun for digging, eh? None of this digging until sundown. Why couldn't you have landed on a... Why couldn't you have landed on
4
a
hours
twilight
daylight.
planet? Yeah, that's right.
Dig till sundown, no problem.
Why couldn't we land on Umbara? It's black as pitch and I can't see fuck all. Yeah, we're digging here, all right. Digging their graves. That's when, just as you guys think that it would be time to camp, you trip over something. It's not like but it's like a kick. Brush. Lift. 3/4 of a Phase 1 clone trooper's helmet. It was once white. Yeah, shake. Oh. Oh. Don't let them see you do that. Don't let them see you eat the nasty stuff. He looks at it. Oh, last pull yard. Well, that's interesting. I wonder how that happened.
We did see.
Salem. If Salem was here, he'd know. Salem, however, is having a walking nap.
Well, we did see archaeological digs. People have been here.
Yeah, it's entirely likely that the Separatists may have figured out how to get here, too. Hey, half the stuff that went on in Clone Wars, nobody knows about. It's probably better that way. He takes the helmet, sets it reverently down on a tree stump. Let's go find a nice place to make camp. You found a nice place. Nice clearing. It's on a slight incline, so if it rains, all the rain will go sort of that way.
Good.
You're pretty sure there's no, like, giant carnivore dens anywhere, you know? was that place when you were a kid amongst the CHIS scouts, the military scouts, and you were told to go find a place to, and you found a place to camp on the back of a land crab, and when you guys were all sleeping, the land crab decided to go walking, and you guys woke up halfway across the country, because then land crabs, they walk pretty fast. They're like, there was water here, but oh, it's a long way down. Yes, there was a beating in that for you. Well, first from your instructor, and then from the rest of the campies, and then from your parents for shaming them. There's a lot of beatings that go on the CHIS homeworld.
Yeah.
Beating is the national pastime, I think. That's, what are you going to do today? Well, I haven't beat the kids in about 2 hours. So it's like a Bing Crosby world, really. I think, beat the bastards.
What the fuck did you do that for? Shut up and get out there and mow the lawn. There's your therapy for you. Mowing the lawn and crying.
It's like raising kids in the Dragon Age. Fusro, do your homework. So, you guys set up camp, get a nice fire going. Well, I don't know if anybody's objecting to the fire, but you're objecting to the fire?
Well, take a look around.
Guys in dirt suits wandering around, firing explosive bullets at people for existing. Bright light.
No.
It's gonna get damn cold here, though. Oh well. Yeah, he's right. We probably shouldn't make a fire. Such a beautiful planet, we could have us a camp out. However, whereas fire tends to attract two-legged pests, it also tends to repel every other pest. So it's tough to.
Other pests don't generally have scopes.
No. Well, that's true. That's true. Oh well. No food. Or no fire. Eat your rations cold, my boys. And girls. And them's what ain't neither.
I take out my comlink and I go back to the ship. Hey, Sassoon.
It takes a minute. Proceed.
Just because I don't think anybody's bothered to let you know, there is an actual society on this world that likes to fire rifles.
Sure.
Be careful.
The ship is buttoned up, and it will not be unbuttoned until the proper processes and signals are granted. Thank you for the warning. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Is anyone dead?
Nope. Well, not on our side.
Delightful. Good luck with the rest of your journey. That's good. Good thinking.
Scanner goggles. Come on.
All you guys with scanner goggles. Everybody else has to, they get up
Walk around in the dark.
They get up in the middle of the night, go for a piss, and it's a brand new adventure.
It was funny. I was just looking over like the Trandoshans, and as part of their
Racial
fluff
ability?
text,
Oh yeah.
they're supposed to be able to see in the infrared spectrum.
Nothing in their ability.
Nothing in the abilities of being able to see at night.
Another triumph of fucking brand new 2014 game theory, eh? The fluff can say whatever it wants.
We're going to give you this, but we're not going to give you any mechanics. Forget
That's
it.
right. You don't need mechanics. What's the matter with you? It's a bad player that needs mechanics. What do we need to hold your hand and spell out every damn rule for you? What's the matter
Well,
with
if
you?
we're going to do that, we might as well play Amber.
Ow. Ow, man. Oh, jeez. Why do you hit so hard? All right, we're going to have to establish watches. At some point, we're going to get sentry droids, so we don't have to do this, and we can all sleep at the same time.
Trust a sentry droid.
Yes.
Looks hurt.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. Okay. We won't get sentry droids. Okay. All right. He's sensitive.
A little bit.
All right, well, I'm going to sleep. Anybody who thinks it's my turn to stay up and watch, wake me up when the time comes. You do the rest of it. You sort out yourselves. I'm not an autocrat, you know. He says as he tucks himself in his tent and then.
Grab one of our new rifles.
Grab one of our new rifles, pointed at Merrill. Ship for our own, boys. It's pirate time.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Vanny's like, about time. I mean, no, not at all. I'm an upstanding
I'm all broken
citizen.
up here. Really? There. Gan will spend the first hour or so camouflaging the camp.
You guys get up and be like, where the fuck are we? I gotta take a piss. I can't see anything. All right, I'll just have to go stay.
Hey, if you wanted to do something, get rid of whatever it is that you guys follow to find out where people went to, you could make that go away. Because those guys are obviously tracker types.
It's the wind the birds saw cannot be gotten rid of. Oh,
No,
work on
true.
tracks.
The stuff that people see by in the ground, what he saw, get rid of that.
When the dog's not looking, I can still use my feet with claws and scramble my way up a tree.
That's right. Upside down, his feet are just going.
No, it's just pull myself up, dig in the feet.
What are you doing?
Getting a bed.
You fall out of that tree and you're gonna reopen your wound.
I just sort of blink at her. I'm like,
Let me guess. The words Wookiee and fall out of tree don't parse for him.
No, well, they all live in the trees, eh? Because on Kashyyyk, if you live on the ground, that
You're
means
dead.
that your name is food. So, and she doesn't know. I mean, she sort of knows that, but she figures since he's got a busted wing that he might not be able to stay in a tree. It's typical non-Wookiee bullshit.
I found myself, nice big sturdy branch.
There's a nocturnal creature that looks at you. And off it goes. Just wants to know what's going on. Once it's figured out what's going on, it's gone.
Spies, get it!
It's going to start a firefight. Startle him. He falls out of the tree.
Boss wakes up, tangles himself in his tent.
Right. Promptly shoots himself with his own blaster. It's like Monty Python around here.
Don't worry, boss. I'm just a hunting.
Fully automatic assault rifle.
I'm just a
I got
hunting.
the squirrel.
I'm pretty sure it'll hit something if I just keep firing into there.
The good news is we can bring the Ruby Queen in because there ain't no more trees. Also, go nuts with your speeder bike. Watch out for the fallen ones. No, I mean the tree. So in the middle of the night, wake up. You look over and there's a figure sitting wearing a cloak at the edge of your bed in your tent. Just the tiniest, faintest luminescent points on it.
Does it sound like the other ghost lady, or
It doesn't sound exactly like her, and it certainly doesn't look like her because it's wearing a cloak. You are strong with the Force.
Oh.
There's some quality dialogue there.
Never been stronger.
Humility is a good sign. You carry a great weight with you. Why are you here?
There's a guy up there who brought us here to get a piece of paper.
Why are you here?
Because I work for him.
Is that all you desire?
Right now, I have no idea. I also don't know who you are since you've got that hood on.
I was here for a long, long time. There have been visitors here since the time of Great Destruction. There has never been a visitor here as powerful with the Force as you. There are those here who are powerful with the Force, but not a visitor. You have come for the treasures.
We come for a treasure.
You many have come for the treasures. You may succeed. You may not. I think I will watch you.
Do you have a name?
I did once. I do not think I was meant to be here for this long. There are many things I do not remember. Perhaps it is your destiny to see that my memories finish for good. I do not sense the dark side in you, but I sense that you struggle with the light. Knowing the difference between right and wrong is an excellent first step. You do nothing else with your life but maintain that knowledge. It will not have been a life wasted. I have seen things. It's enough for me to have seen the things I have seen. Go back to sleep. Pretty sure. Tiny points of light.
It's going to be a wonderful trip. Head back and fill up a blanket over.
Everyone's dreams are filled with just great dreams. Just those kind of dreams you have when you're a kid, you know, where like dreams are about toys and playing and being with the people you loved when you were a kid, and everything was easy and there wasn't a care in the world. The only thing you had to care about was you weren't supposed to poop your pants, and you were supposed to, you know, you had no job but to play. It was great dreams. Absolutely great. No worries, no nothing. When morning comes again, you're like, oh, fantastic sleeps. Just great. Even you, who, you know, your sleep cycles, because your physiology is different, your sleep is different, but even you had great dreams. Meryl wakes up, steps around a tree to perform as necessary, and then says, I do not care. We are going to make a fire, and we are going to have a hot breakfast. Because if we get where we're supposed to be going by the end of the day, we're going to start digging, and that's going to require some food. And even if we don't go where we're going by the end of the day, we're still going to need some food. And I feel like cooking. I had a great sleep.
Weird dreams.
You had weird dreams? I had great dreams. I dreamt about my days at Kuat when I was a little boy. And my mama used to take me to the shipyards all the time. She used to work at the shipyards. She'd take me to shipyards and she'd say, we're building this and this and such and such. It's great days. Well, I'm gonna cook. Let's make a fire. Yeah. It's like
That is fire.
Just take these exploding rounds and shoot them into wood. That should make it catch on fire.
no, they're explosive, not incendiary. As a matter of fact, gunpowder is not a very good way to make fire. It's too flashy. Just remember that. You over there, you IRA back man, you
the rifles, do they have slings on them?
Yeah.
Sweet Carolyn.
Just one, you know, they're gonna like
No, they're
like,
gonna have
funk.
Make sure the magazine is loaded and
What kind of things did Vanny dream about when she was sleeping?
That
Days.
was mostly about putting together. Some of it was about putting together the perfect ship and finding the perfect crew, and some of it was about the stuff we got off of the perfect marks and sold to the perfect people, and
Scrooge stacking through her loot.
Did it have a soundtrack? It was like la 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 la. Or no, wait, it was da 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 da. Like Beethoven's Pastoral.
no, probably would have been a far future version of some of the best electronic dance pieces.
Okay, so we're not talking like, I don't give a damn about my bad reputation.
Hello.
Can you feel it? Boom, bada, 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 boom, bada. Could be worse. Could have been Aqua. Doug Fu chasing me around for 10 years trying to get me to sing Barbie Girl. I don't know why. That guy's got weird fetishes. So, after having eaten a hearty breakfast, to which, like, you actually wake up last. And as you wake up to, like, Marrow knocking at on the bottom of the tree with the handle of his blaster. He's like, tuk, 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 tuk. Hello. There's food. Smells like bacon.
Roll over and grab the limb.
Oh. Sleep good? How's your arm? Oh, you know, it's got a hole in it. What are you going to do, right?
Pretty much.
While you're eating, Jotano checks it for signs of infection and replaces the dressing. Looks good. You know, that's something else we should think about while we're dreaming about nice shiny things for the ship. What's that? I don't know, Marrow. Guess. I'm a doctor, and I'm proposing that we add something to the ship. Marrow looks at you doing your blooper. Oh, Bacta. Yeah, Bacta. Imbecile.
She's mean.
Absolutely
You
terrifying.
hired her.
I know, but it's because she was a good doctor. I didn't know she was going to be a bitch. Biscuit. Dook. That's perfectly good food now. Don't waste that stuff now. Throws another one at
I'm
it.
pretty sure she just walked on board, said she was the doctor, and he was too afraid to say anything about it.
Hey. That is
Too close
funny,
to
but
truth.
it's not true. Alright, so we should consider getting a Bacta tank, but the Empire's they've got an embargo on Bacta, don't they? Well, they do. In this particular time period, Bacta is very hard to get a hold of. As a matter of fact, that I think when Luke got dunked in his Bacta tank, I think that was all the rebel Bacta for a year. I was like, he better be worth it because that's it.
In case you haven't noticed, Marrow, we do have a bunch of people here who, if we look hard enough, I'm sure we can find whatever it is we're looking for. Just hope you don't want it in a hurry.
Oh, should we get at the very least and invest in some stim packs?
Stim packs I have. I have a number of those. I have 2 full cases actually. It's not a bad idea to get more, but nothing beats Bacta. Well, it's been my experience that if you really want something, you can find it, as long as you're willing to pay for it. So, if we're willing to pay for it, we should be able to find it. The question is, can we find it without going broke when we find it? But it's a definitely decent point to make while we're figuring out what we're going to do with ourselves. But in the meantime, time's a wasting, so eat up, let's get packed up, and let's get moving.
Those are really good.
Want some more of that bacon? That's my bacon. Oh, it's good for you. Good for you, son. Stop eating them strange things you find lying around.
That's tasty.
You spotted him looking for mushrooms, too. You know how much fun he has with mushrooms. The more poisonous, the better he likes them.
That's good stuff.
One time you saw him eat a mushroom, he just sits there with his tongue sticking out over and over and over and over and over again. It's like that for an hour. You weren't sure what the hell was going on. You're pretty sure you're going to have to control, alt, delete, reboot him, but no, he came out of it. His rambling froze after a while there. He came out of it. Plus, he's been snacking on frogs for ever since he got here.
Squeeze the guts out.
Well, the thing is that anything traveling past a certain speed, they launch their tongues out and they stick to them, and then they use it to go. And I guess they figured that anything that's metallic or whatever. So you had to peel a couple of them off of the bottom of the loader, the carrier loader thing, with the legs and stuff. Well, one of them got crushed because the legs went. That was done with that.
So they're not that bright.
No, the frogs are a lot like lemmings, really. They live to reproduce, and once they figured out how to do that, they really don't care. So up you all get. Strap on your stuff. You're allowed to carry a little bit more, but nowhere near as much as you were first strapped in with.
Just curiosity, did I get any wounds back for that treatment, or is it?
She uses a stim pack, you get 5 back.
Yep. Yep, she uses stim pack.
Cool. Yeah.
Stim packs are funny. First time using it in a day, in a 24-hour period, you get 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, then nothing.
Nice.
So 24 hours goes by, and the chemicals are processed through your system.
No chain sticking yourself there.
Well, you can 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So there's no point in having more than a 5 on yourself in a single
I
day.
love the taste of them.
Break the thing open, squirt it into your mouth, and it's great.
Oh yeah.
It's weird. My laptop just sort of disconnects from the internet every now and then. I'm not sure why it does that.
Probably a power saving thing.
Oh, really? I'll fix that for the red wagon. The brush gets a little thicker, but not much. You guys find yourselves having to walk around, sort of split up and walk around really big trees more often. But apart from that, nothing much has changed. It's still a beautiful day, just gorgeous. Just chugging along. Yeah, perception check out of you. So that would be your whatever twins with perception. It should say right on the sheet.
Cunning.
If vigilance is higher, I'll let you use that.
They're equal, so.
Okay, so you got how much cunning?
My cunning is a 2.
And you got how much perception?
I got to
You have none.
Zero.
So you get
2 green.
2 green dice. Yeah. I can't see a damn thing.
No, That's what I use it for at home.
It's
giant flashlight.
It's better days. You spotted something. You're still within the short range band, but over there by the trees. You guys all watch him bring up his rifle and
Take a look.
take a look.
What is it?
Marrow is like, get cover, get cover, get cover. Go to stealth.
All living things within short range band.
3 living things over there. 2 living things over there. The distance between over there and over there is not that big, maybe 5-10 yards. Living thing up in the tree. A couple of living things on the ground over there. You're pretty sure that the only thing you need to worry about is over there. Oh, you're also getting a strong presence in the force from over that way. Like, a really strong presence.
Like from one of the
Like
members
not-
of living things, or just in general?
No,
a draw?
like from one of the living things. Like not like Luke Skywalker, but like, you know, Bob the Janitor Jedi. You know what I mean?
Gonna make out what they are, like shape, size.
Looks like a couple of more of those dudes in the funny suits.
For fuck's sakes.
Give me another perception test, but this time I need you to get to put a red D12 and a purple in there. You should spend a destiny.
Yeah, sure.
Let's get him again.
Upgrades one.
Upgrades one.
Green to a yellow.
So since there we go. Make the check.
Where you go?
Where you going? No place. That's where you're going. I can't see anything. So
I'm also going to look at where he's looking at the 3 over
Three,
there. I'm looking at the other.
2 successes.
you make the same check you made against.
And one disadvantage.
Same
He has
difficult?
2 and 2
Yeah.
plus
Oh,
1
okay.
disadvantage, so 2 successes, 1 advantage.
Yeah, you got. What did you say you were looking for again? The second look.
To see just what they were.
Oh yeah. Well,
That's these.
there's 3 of them over there.
friggers.
You're pretty sure there's more of them over there, but you haven't checked there yet. He's looking over that way. What do you got?
2 successes, 1 advantage.
There's one over there. Of the 2 of them over there, one of them is wearing some sort of battle mask. But they're still trying to remain relatively hidden. But you've spotted them. Now the question is, what are we going to do?
Move closer to him and nudge.
Move closer to him and nudge.
Yeah, and point in the direction of
The other
the
two.
other.
So he alerts you to exactly where the other 2 are. So now you 2 are aware of where all 5 are, and you can instantly inform everybody else. Oh, fuck! So wait. They haven't attacked us yet. If we attack them, it's unprovoked. Just stay where you are. Wait and see what they do.
I still take out the axe, but I don't activate it.
Prep my little force thing. So I'm going to invest and make sure that if anybody tries to shoot me, they will automatically get the upgraded difficulty.
Ah,
So I don't waste a round in combat.
gotcha.
When Nero said take cover, Vanny took him at his word and just sort of, as quietly as she could, slink towards the nearest tree.
Good idea.
She even has a stealth rating that I could actually roll.
No, I don't think you need to sneak into cover. I don't think the cover's going to go, what the hell are you doing? And take off.
Bush gets up and goes,
I don't like it when you do that. That's a bad touch.
Depends if she's using the little walker as cover.
No, that thing's
I
unreliable.
get behind the walker.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Would you stop?
No, that thing's unreliable. It's not going to stay put.
Unless you throw it on its side. I don't know what's left, so the legs do that.
roll it
Do
on its back and do like a
tip it over so
turtle.
the legs are pointed at the enemies.
That's right. Little legs. Yeah.
5 credits if you do.
The mask wearer calls out something in a language that nobody's ever heard before. Marrow he's got this look on his face like he's hard at thought. Why does it take forever to open a PDF? And Marrow calls back something else in a language, in the same language. There's a brief pause. And then the original speaker, the one with the mask, yells something else out. Marrow calls back something else. The original speaker now sounds even angrier than he did to begin with. And then everybody pulls back into the bush. All 5 of the individuals, they pull away.
That didn't sound very good.
Marrow waits a minute, takes a look. Are they all gone? Yeah, they're all gone.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on their territory, and we're defiling their ancestors, and they don't like us very much, and they want us to go away. They're going to kill us all. Well, now we know the native life is hostile. The question is, do we care? Well, let me rephrase the question. The question is, do we care enough to want to stop and go back?
Is where we need to be actually in their territory, or were they?
We've been in there. They're the exact same people that attacked us in the first place. We've been in their territory. They claim this area as their territory. I have a funny feeling that even if we decided to go back, we wouldn't necessarily render ourselves indemnified against further attack.
Well, I'm not so much concerned about the piece of paper, but I am concerned with what else might be buried with it.
It's an understandable concern, although the piece of paper is a little bit more important than you want to give it credence to.
It's symbolic, not really practical.
No? Well, I can understand why you might think that way considering the life you've lived, but that document has said that at the very least it is not the galactic government's principle to have you people in slavery. Of course, that meant that outside Republic's direct reach, of course, there was slavery, and we can argue that. And it's not exactly a perfect document, but the difference is that the Empire doesn't operate under that document. And it's probably good to remember what came before. Because there's going to be a time that if this Empire goes on past a certain length of, then we're going to have a hell of a time remembering what came before. And that's going to be documents like that that are going to serve as a reminder. So yes, it's a symbol. Yes, it's a piece of paper. But it's also important. If you don't see its importance, I'm not going to castigate you for not doing so, but I see its importance. But that's not the question. The question isn't whether or not the Constitution of the Republic is important. Of course it is. The question is, the question isn't even is there other stuff around that's important. The question isn't even is this whole planet stuffed full of treasures that if we dug up and sold in the open market we could get rich. The question is how much risk do we want to take to find what we're looking for? Are any of you willing to die to continue this mission? That's not a decision I can make for you unilaterally. This isn't the military.
You have said a finding. This game does not abandon a finding.
Well, there's one.
Oh man.
Bonnie?
It's too much of a shame not to finish it, not to see what we came for.
Salem mutters something and kicks the ground. And Jotana shakes her head. Doesn't even answer, but it doesn't look like she's shaking her head in a no let me out of here sense. Do?
Getting wounded with no trophies is no fun.
I agree. I'll say if you're going to get wounded, get a trophy out of it. All right.
Craig, you also got a wound back just because you slept overnight.
No. Okay, cool.
I get good sleep, too. I saw to it myself.
Now I have 14 wounds left.
Yeah, he's seriously wounded. You know, he took a lot of bad wounds. And he's only got more wounds than I has to start with.
Yeah, but
I'm only a
you
tough
also
human now. What the
you
hell?
also have a critical, which and criticals
That's
have to be
annoying.
healed. Criticals have to be healed apart from
Yeah.
just
So does that mean if we do get into combat, I still get my Wookiee Rage, or does it have to be in the combat that you take the critical?
I don't think being
the
swept-
description is critically injured.
Yeah.
Period.
So you're still suffering from a slight daze. I don't know what that.
Oh, that's done. Well, it depends. It ends. The daze goes. The disorientation goes away at the end of the encounter.
Okay, but if he's still carrying a critical wound and it isn't doing anything, what's the point?
It gets the +10 the next time.
Makes the
Takes a
next one
critical
harsher.
Oh. Uh-huh.
It's an
Oh.
vicious 2 or like it's vicious 3.
What's that?
It'd be 30 instead of 20 for the if you got hit by another round.
Oh, okay. Well, we gotta remember that, don't we? It's like-
But that's still. So I still carry the Wookiee Rage then.
All Wookiee Rage says is if you are critically injured, you get +2 to your melee. And
oh, well, hey, there we go. Stab yourself before you go on a mission. Stab. Ah! Somebody give the Wookiee the fork. So sexy when he's angry.
I'll carry on.
So you do carry on, and you walk for another good half a day, and then you emerge from the trees as if by magic. Suddenly the tree line is done, and there's a clearing about 30 by 30 yards. You can see sort of cracked chunks of overgrown permacrete stuff where there was an emplacement here of some kind. You're pretty sure it wasn't just a forward bunker. It probably was also a gunnery emplacement too, and that what's left of that half-powdered platform over there is probably where they put the primary gun array. So it looks like you're here.
Okay, gonna reach out with the force.
Oh, they were waiting for you. Five of them in a loose formation over there, 5 of them in a loose formation over there. 2 of the ones that are one in each formation is strong with the force.
So, tap you on the back.
Fuck.
Fucker!
What the hell?
Pew pew pew! Sons of bitches!
And just point in the directions, like I'm looking.
So we're outside the trees though. Now.
Well,
We're not in the.
you can duck back into the tree line. That's okay.
Into that.
Yeah. You can step back into the tree line and still get the cover. Now
They came to play.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Okay.
so at some point you tell Marrow.
Yeah.
They threaten our lives. And I have no reason to believe that if they get a shot, they won't take it. Take them first.
Okay.
There's two. You sort of look over where he points, and eventually you sort of see one guy over here wearing some kind of battle mask, and then one guy over there is wearing some kind of battle mask, and distinguishments amongst groups of people usually denote leaders.
Mm-hmm.
What do you wish to do?
How far away are they?
They'd be in the medium band.
If you can take out one of the leaders, I can charge that group.
Medium range, yeah. I can hope for the best here.
I take one of the slug throwers and
Aside from the battle masks, are they armored?
No, none of them wear armor. Heavy clothing.
So exploding rounds might be good.
Yeah.
well, it's also on fire.
There's that.
Like to move over this way.
Which group do you want?
Left. Take the one on the left.
Okay.
I'll aim up on Battle Mask Dude and the other group.
On the one on the right.
Yeah, so essentially taking the actions to aim.
Okay.
And I'm stepping back into the trees.
I'll allow you two to take attacks before combat formally begins. I can't see anything. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I tried to turn on his
I
lights, but that
can't
one's still not
see.
working.
There's a flashlight in the very one of the front pouches of the.
What about the little emergency blinker thing?
Well, yeah, but it's a little unfocused. It's a pain in the ass. It's also heavy.
Well, get some paper, we can wrap it.
There we go. This will do for now.
So. So loose. Is there any decent positions one could stealth out to? Other than dead on?
Do a circle.
Oh, you want to flank?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
Depending on
give me a stealth check against. Give me a stealth check against. So this would be a contested roll. I can't, and I'm trying to remember how that works again.
vigilance.
Right.
Typically.
So their vigilance would be the most vigilant of them is vigilant 3.
And that's capped on will.
Right, and so that's 4. So is that what I roll or?
Yeah, you roll theirs
Yeah,
and
they would be.
Okay. And that's not rolled with purples in there?
Nope, it's I don't think so.
It's just whoever has the most.
All right then.
I believe that is.
You're looking to beat 2 advantages and 4 successes.
Let's see.
And I'm going to spend, so I can start giving you guys back destiny. I'm going to spend one and downgrade one of your dice. You don't remove it. You just you take it from yellow to green. There you go. Instant rave.
I rolled crap. That's not going to do anything.
You rolled a witch?
I rolled shit.
Oh.
They definitely see.
Here, I thought those were success symbols. They're crap
no,
symbols.
those are just exam advantages.
Okay. So you got some advantages?
I have 3 advantages. That's it.
Yeah. Well, you
How'd
know,
roll? It happens.
they decide not to take any actions against you, even though they see you trying to sneak to a flank. But you don't manage to get there without them seeing you.
There's no trees here. Hey, how's it going?
They'll never see.
I keep thinking I have camouflage.
Give the word, we'll fire at the same time.
Okay. So you take in your breath.
Tell me what it's called.
One breath for the death god. Half a breath for me. Half a breath is the last half they'll ever take. That's it's a medium shot through underbrush, so that's 3 purples. And I'm going to spend a destiny, start giving you guys back destiny, so one of those purples was upgraded to a red D12. That's right. Thankful that's all I do. Tired of looking at you.
Hopefully you can blow the leader's head off.
Right over here. Let's see. Alright. Okay, so the actual triumph you get to keep, but you lose the success that's attached to it. That makes that go away.
Oh.
3 failures, a triumph, and an advantage.
So you can spend the triumph for special effect, but the shot misses.
Yeah. What the hell can you do with a triumph?
You
Shot,
can,
flush them out of
gain
cover, give bonuses to somebody else. There's all kinds of special stuff.
You
You
flush-
just can't do the crit, obviously.
You want to flush him out of cover?
Yeah, sure.
That means the next person that attacks him, he's treated as having 1 less purple. It's just the range at
Just
that
the
point.
range.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's negating the targeted enemy's defensive bonuses, such as cover.
Yeah.
Cool. Good God.
Hell, I'll even chuck a boost die in there. What the hell? Triumph has got to mean something. Not just some long hair singing on a stage.
So I got 3 successes and 2 advantages.
Okay. Looks like you got a real hit, Bob. Okay, so Soka 2.
Right, you said it was a 10?
Hey,
You said it was a 10
Said
for the weapon?
what was it? That?
I'm using their...
Oh, their weapon? Yeah, no, that's a 7.
So 8 damage.
Yeah. That's good. Is that 8 damage taking the 2 soaking damage?
Yep. Actually, it would be 10 total.
10. Oh, he's hurt pretty bad.
And for the 2 advantages, I'm going to give Dude a setback for
For doing anything.
yeah,
Okay.
unless 2 is sufficient to activate the crit range on this weapon because we know nothing about it.
Oh, 2 is. Oh, crit's 5 on this weapon.
So gotta get set back down on this next
Okay.
next thingy.
All right.
I wanted to engage the auto fire.
Yes. Greasing.
What's that? Greasing now.
Should we be setting up initiative again?
We will be setting up initiative. Everybody get ready to make your, well, go ahead and make your initiative checks. I just have to set up a
Easier. We're trying to go around it.
Ow. All right. Vanny, give me your.
Two successes. And am I correct in that threat cancels advantage?
Mm-hmm.
Then two successes.
Shouldn't have. It's an initiative check. You only have
Oh, did I?
one threat dice.
Okay. I just forgot.
Remove them.
In which case, two successes, one advantage.
Do.
2 advantages.
Stop trying to help. Again.
2 successes.
That's not funny. Kobe.
Oh, 3 successes.
Salem. Anybody roll for Salem? 2.
Successes, sorry.
Talon.
2 success.
Can't see anything. God damn it. Sorry this is taking so long, but one of the unfortunate byproducts of the way they've chosen to do initiative is that when you have a system that you have to account for successes and advantages, and both of those end up on the initiative check. It's you're looking through, especially for larger groups, you're looking for, okay, well this one's got higher, but this one's got lower, but this one's got, plus the spreadsheet's not helping, plus it's dark here and I can't even see the keys, so it's taking longer than I would like, but I'm almost done, so have patience with me.
Can you hand me the light thing? You can detach the ones you don't want.
Yeah, that's true.
Do they work independently?
They do if the batteries are properly charged, but those batteries are dead.
What's gonna be dependent?
They'll last like 2 seconds.
But at least it keeps it from shining everybody in the face.
tree. Have you seen Despicable Me? Shit.
Mostly I've just seen art and memes and stuff based on it.
Okay. So we're all set.
Excellent.
Dan, can you put that back in the sheath, please? Sure. All right, so okay. So the first dude to open up is one of the dudes on what's considered your side. So we're going to have his side, and we're going to have his side, and then so that's how we're going to identify the two different sets of groups. Okay. So one of the dudes in the masks on his side has been wounded. Otherwise, everybody's pristine. The first person to open fire is one of the dudes on his side, and the person who opens fire is not wearing a mask. And he shoots the dude, no?
The dude with the gun there?
Think so.
Pepsi pour mes gosses là.
Okay.
Kind of sucks that I'm the only melee fighter though.
Oh, he's technically a melee fighter. He likes to cudgel
I
people.
kind of do mix them both.
Maybe it's that whole once I engage a group, you're firing into melee, and it's like, no, please don't shoot me in the back. Friendly fire isn't.
I'm not completely incompetent.
No, you just
I'd,
cause extra
Yeah, I
difficulty
don't.
for us.
I'm not going to do the whole friendly fire in the back thing. I'm just going to say that they have an extra die, and the only way they're going to hit you in the back is if they roll like a bunch of despairs or something. And that's just craziness. Because otherwise, yeah, like, what's your shit for anyway, right? So
No
I
matter
mean-
what game system I'm in, I always make a point of checking things like lines of fire.
it just means that in a universe where most people tend to reach for a long range weapon first, you've got a little bit of work to do before you get into a fight. Now the good news is things like close quarters, starship corridors, stuff like that, it doesn't matter. Wouldn't hurt, maybe to over time develop a ranged weapon skill. Just thinking. Just a thought.
Bring little axes with you. And as you're closing, throw one of them.
Specialty skill, throw Java. They're like little missiles, I tell you. They explode on impact.
Long range
Oh,
skill.
would that work?
Having played,
We call it light range, and I can have like throwing axes as I'm charging at these assholes.
I'm remembering one of the times I played a Kender and people used to like throwing my character over rivers and shit.
Here, carry this rope. Carry it where? Through the air. All right, so the first one attempts to fire and misses. The next one, just going to move him here because the next one attempts to fire, but it's on his side, and it takes a shot at you.
Upgrade one of his difficulties to do. No. Just,
just
my
like a-
force thing.
Okay.
Something you'd already set up, I think.
Yeah.
A success, a triumph, an advantage, so that works up to 2 successes plus a triumph. He's going to inflict a crit. The advantage doesn't particularly matter, although you need him. So that's 7 damage, and the crit is vicious too. So somebody want to do a percentile?
$56.
56. You hitting a 56.
Agonizing wound.
No,
Was there anything to add to that? Because that's just the raw roll.
Oh, well, no, it's vicious
76.
too, so 76.
Overpowered.
So you're spared the agony.
So the target leaves
For
himself
something
open,
worse.
and the attacker may immediately attempt another free attack against him using the exact same pool as the original attack.
Shit on a shingle. Okay.
Yowie, yowie, yowie.
They don't mess around in this game, boy. Oh, fuck off. That's a hit and a triumph. So that's 2 hits. And, so that's 2 hits and then plus 30 on the crit.
If he uses it for a crit.
What else is he going to use it for?
Give his bonus to his flush us out of cover.
He can't flush all of you out of cover, I don't think. Let me see what can be done here. Let me see what can be done. I mean, they're trying to kill you, but, they are after only rivals.
Can't he use it to give boost dice to his buddies or? Two crits in a row, that's brutal.
Sucks, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna give a boost die to his next buddy instead of another crit. But still in all, that would be 7 or 9. Excuse me, 9. 7 is the base damage of the weapon. Is you dead?
Nope. Close to it.
Medic!
Well, actually, let me check.
Give me a bunch of check.
I've taken 12 points of wounds. I have 12 points of wounds.
Oh. He's lying down all of a sudden.
Do you have anything that can soak some of it?
I've already used it.
He's done the math already. Yeah, that's one thing done.
Okay, I'm now making
When-
very much of a middle note. Don't get hit.
Yeah, it's not good.
'Cause I don't have any more wounds to spare than he had.
Iron power weapons are not something you want to get hit by, and most weapons are decent.
All right. Now, the next 2 initiative slots are available by players. Who wants to take one?
I'm definitely going to shoot someone because damn it.
Okay. Well, we'll start with you then, Vanni.
Okay. Using my gun because at least I know that kind of stuff does.
My gun. Do you need light?
Nope.
I don't want to give them an opportunity to take a pot shot at me, so I'm going to charge his group.
Okay.
So you're asserting that you're going to take an attack after she
Well,
does?
if we let them, I'm
Folks,
pretty much
folks,
useless.
folks, it's very important in order to keep initiative selection moving along in the first round is that everybody knows or has an idea and that it doesn't get bogged down into, well, I could or I could. If you want an attack slot,
So what's my difficulties?
speak up. Finish before I...
Sorry.
If you want an attack slot, speak up. If you disagree, speak up. But otherwise, let's keep it moving along. Now, we'll take care of you in a minute. Right now, we're taking care of her. Your difficulties are 3.
Okay.
3 purples. unless you wish to spend a destiny point.
Actually, yeah.
Okay. You want to upgrade one of your greens to a yeller?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so that gives me 2 successes, 2 of the triangles,
So that cancels it out.
and an advantage, and 3 of the shields.
So 2
Two,
disadvantages
so two.
net.
Yeah. 2 disadvantages.
Okay.
Wasn't there a floating advantage or something from something one of our people did?
Can anybody recall that? No? Because I can't.
No, I added a setback die to the masked guy for my
We
wing.
have
Right.
we
He hasn't
have-
attacked
We
yet.
have one person who's knocked out of cover from his shot earlier.
Right.
Which is the masked guy on his side.
His side.
So, because I am at 12 of 12, I am still functioning.
Okay.
Only once my wounds exceed my threshold, greater than.
Jeez. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Got to keep him.
And yeah, so and
I'm not
essentially-
going to impose any disadvantage on you at this point because I can't see anything that would advance the story. You guys are behind the 8 ball enough, so I think I'll let that go and just say that it's a failure. Now, who wants the next slot?
I thought he spoke for it.
Yes, he spoke for it.
No objection.
He did indeed. Nobody objects. Good. Take the well, no, you can't. Well, no, just close the distance.
Just closing the
Are you going to
distance.
close the distance on his people or his
Yes.
people? Okay. Are you closing the distance on a rifle wielder or on the dude with the mask? From what it looks like, the dude with the mask is carrying a sword. Probably a vibroblade. Maybe not.
Rifle dude.
Okay. I'm going to go and attack a rifleman. I will choose a rifleman, but in the meantime, you have closed the distance, and it is now officially your slot. I must find you. There you go.
And the fear check.
And the fear check, which is 2 greens, I think. Versus.
And
Failure. 2 advantages on the greens. Which.
What happens when I fail a fear check?
I have no idea. That I couldn't tell you offhand.
Mess with them.
Oh, sorry. Imagine you're gonna run away.
let me check.
Well, you look up the effects, and the 2 advantages mean that they don't poop themselves.
Fair enough.
I'll take the next one.
Then I'm done.
And I'm firing on the masked guy hit before.
Okay. That should be the end of him if you can hit him.
One success and 1 advantage.
Well, unless there's an extant circumstance, which I don't think there is.
No, so it's 8 damage coming down a pipe before you soak.
Okay, well this soak is 2, so
So
it's just 6. Kill him. You drop him.
Okay. And with my advantage, I'm going to add a boost die to the next active character's attack. And then as an incidental, I'm dropping prone behind cover on account of the whole leaking blood out of every orifice in my body.
Oh, orify! Oh, orify!
Not is good.
As I'm falling, just medic, fun.
Lebedik.
Ah.
La
The
force.
pain.
La force, la ouch.
Yeah. So as PCs, we can take up to twice our wounds before
Dead.
that's it. From what I can know.
Okay, effects of fear. Failure means he adds 1 setback die to each action he takes during the encounter.
It's only doable to one other person?
When you engage them,
Oh, okay.
that particular guy is a setback for the rest of the encounter.
Gotcha. No, yeah, but I mean, he roared in front of it. Oh, so it's everybody that fails. They want me to test everybody in a minute. Oh, Jesus. Clunky as hell. They all suffer from it, okay? They all suffer. Because I rolled for them as a group, so they all suffer from it. So they all suffer a setback die to attack you.
If it's a minion group,
Minion
it's a
group
character.
makes sense.
It's not a minion group, but I still think it's stupid. So they're going to,
That works easier. Fair.
Yeah.
you know, like if I was, you know, if
It's a
this
lot of
was
number chunk.
if this was a nemesis, if this was like a big character, I'd say whatever. But you know, I don't know.
Just in case I. And I come up.
All right.
Checking the book.
So, attacker number 1. So one of the dudes from your side opens fire on. This time he targets you, Vanny.
Gus, there's one other thing here.
Yes.
Well, there's two choices here for effects of fear. It says you can come up with additional effects for your advantages, or one of the suggestions
What are
is
you
for
doing? What are you doing? Moving the damn doors. Move your head. You're saying?
but they suggest that for advantages you gain 1 boost die for every advantage. So I don't know how you want to work that.
How many advantages did you get?
I didn't know.
Well, they were the ones that rolled the advantages, and I
That's
don't know.
for you.
Yeah.
On your roll, or do you roll?
No, I don't. It's just not. It's automatically triggered when I engage at close range.
But it was their roll, though. They had to roll to overcome your fear, so those advantages apply to them, not you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Okay,
I don't know
but-
what you want to do with that. Like, that's.
Well, you know, why would it doesn't make any sense to me to give them bonus dice to take you on. Now, I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm not saying you wrote the rule. I'm just, you son of a bitch!
I'm just
What are you trying to do to me over there?
I'm just as confused as you are. I'm looking at it going, but yeah.
I'll have to clarify it. I'll have to get on the forums and yell at people again. Bad.
What kind of monkeys wrote this rule?
Okay, in the meantime, poor sitting there going, would you please? 1 success and 3 advantages.
So how do I deal with this?
Oh, hang on a sec. I'll give you a final total for damage. Yeah, so the damage would be 8 minus your soak, which is
3 with the heavy vest thing that I'm wearing.
3. It is, so that's you take 5 wounds and no critical. Ain't you happy?
Yay.
Sounds it too. Just having a grand old time here, getting perforated. One of them opens fire on the doctor. That's pretty funny.
Ping, 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 ping.
Armor doesn't quite work that way. Wish it
It's
did.
not as good as.
It's 2 soak, it's 1
Full
defense.
laminate,
So
it's pretty damn. It's solid.
it's not full laminate, that's heavy battle armor.
Oh. Ooh.
She gets 1 defense, which means a setback die on their
Yeah. I
attack,
didn't realize she was
and
full
then
laminate.
2 additional soak. She has Mandalorian armor, which would be heavy battle armor.
Yeah, that's good shit.
Well, it's heavy cloth gives you 1 soak. Next step up is armored cloth, which gives you 1 defense, 1 soak. Next step up is laminate, which gives you no defense but 2 soak, and then next is and
It's 1 and
the
2.
costs increase.
Yeah.
1 setback to.
1 setback from the defense on the armor.
Okay. Setback. That's pretty funny.
She races over to jam a stim pack in your butt.
That's right. Roar! She doesn't quite go yet, but yeah, as she was going over, it's like,
Please.
Bitch, please. Okay. Now, after that, who is... Now, one of the guys on your side, Stephen, opens fire on you.
Oh, God. Hey, at least they're spreading the pain around this time.
Yeah.
He's spending a destiny point on you because he's had enough of your shit.
Yeah, right from
You
the
could spend it
it's
back.
scary.
You could spend it back to downgrade it.
Yeah.
Well,
He would spend it to upgrade
Upgrade the other
difficulty.
guy.
well, anyway, 3 successes and 1 disadvantage. So he's flushed himself out of cover in order to shoot you. That's the bad news. The good news. The bad news is that he's doing 10 incoming damage. What kind of armor have you got? Have you got?
So what kind of armor do I have?
Oh, it should be on your character sheet. I don't even know why you're asking.
What's your brawn?
My brawn is 3.
Okay, so you have at least 3 so.
Yeah.
What kind of armor do you have?
I've got 2 kinds. So, padded,
Choose one.
heavy, and heavy clothing.
There's one. They're just different.
Yeah. So,
So that's 1 point soak.
So no,
So it's actually 4 6 total.
4, 6.
We're just 2 sets.
Which one should I wear today?
So 10 minus 4 is 6. You take 6 wounds.
I'm so gonna cleave this motherfucker in half.
Oh yeah. All right, now there is a player slot. Who wants it? Gand will take.
Okay, so Salem's on their side, Gand is on this side.
Yes.
Fucker who shot at our medic. Which side is he on?
That's I think
My side.
on his side. Yeah. Doesn't mean you can't shoot him.
Shoot away.
Use that fucking rifle.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Index! You motherfucker! No shooting the medic. It's bad.
I say, bad fall.
Hey.
I spend a maneuver to aim,
Oh yeah.
then I'll shoot the motherfucker.
There were some people in the forums complaining of it. People are aiming too much.
Because it's good. Don't be stupid.
And it's like, well, don't let them aim then. You have to be creative as a DM. And I felt like saying, you shouldn't have wrote a system that was so easily manipulatable.
So, 2
I go in
successes.
favor of aiming
Two-
is good.
2 successes?
2 successes, 2 advantages.
2 advantages. Okay, well.
For the 2 advantages,
Yes.
I'm gonna trigger auto fire.
Oh, yeah. It means you can make an. I believe that means you can make another attack. Or, I believe that you do an automatic.
Do an automatic is the take this damage, then take it again.
I think he's I think he's a big
Remember what
cushion
happened
there.
to me when that happened?
Yeah. Fuck you, motherfucker!
Just riddle them full of holes.
Take your 9, then I think the second hit is only the weapon damage, but I'm not positive of that.
Let's take a look.
I think it's gonna be enough.
I think that was number. Yeah, number 3. I think you killed number 3. You killed number 3. Poor number 3.
How many of them were
Learned
there
him a lesson.
originally?
There's a lot of them.
There's 10 total.
So you just you look up and you see him sort of. He steps 1 foot out of the trees, and the guy's like all the way up the. Oh no, Fritz! You killed Fritz.
Um,
And there goes
so
the
each time the
vengeance.
attacker triggers auto fire, which is 2 advantages, deals an additional hit to the target.
Yes.
Each of these count as an additional hit from that weapon,
Yes.
and each hit deals base damage plus number of uncancelled successes on the check.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
it
the
basically
same
doubles
damage
the
twice.
damage.
Exactly the same damage.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice. So if you'd have rolled 4 advantages, this guy would have been confetti.
And then you chain it onto the next person and grease him and keep going.
I think though, if your
They have to be
intention
very
is to
close.
attack more than
And you
one
have to say
target,
ahead of
yeah. Otherwise, you'd have
Well,
just.
it's the target with the highest
Defense.
Defense.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you have to. I read it specifically that you have to declare you're
first.
trying to attack more than one
I
target.
think there's also a disadvantage die for shooting at multiple targets.
Yes, there is. There is a disadvantage die. Good eye. All right, another player's.
Dude,
Right. Okay. So. Oh boy.
no.
No, I just made a bit of a mess.
If it's on Excel, Control Z is your friend.
Okay.
Because that just undoes whatever you last did. So many times I've done it on Excel and I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going to move the mouse and I move like a section from here to over here. And it's like, why did I do Control Z? Undo.
So now it's another player slot.
Well, I'm left, so I'm going.
Well, you and Salem.
So
yeah.
the last he's
Yeah.
he's combat ineffective.
That's a bit. Safety's on it.
Actually, don't forget Marrow's left too. So
And the doctor.
and you know better. Oh well, no, she's gonna
She's
stick you
gonna
in.
come over, fucking
Combat
her
medic.
ass.
Stitches is that pretty good.
So is that a 3 spell?
You asking me or telling me?
If you're
Okay,
hitting
if
the
I'm
guy,
telling you, it's a none. So
if you're hitting the guy who shot you, he's no longer in cover. It's down to 2. He flushed himself out of cover to shoot you, and now you
what a
shoot.
dumbass!
Vengeance is mine?
That is
Oh yeah, vengeance is yours.
2 success.
2 success, 1 disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
You can
Two
take a
success,
string.
1 disadvantage. What? Hey, what?
It's a disadvantage. You can take a string.
You take a what?
A string.
A strain. That's what you want to do. Knock yourself out. Meanwhile, you're doing 12 incoming damage, and you're attacking just a dude on your side, or
The one who shot me.
The one who flushed himself out of cover.
The one who's like shooting at the trips and he's like, oh fuck me.
I think that's the top guy. So
Well, it is now.
hang on.
It's that guy anyway. Works good enough.
He's gone. You blew him right away.
Excellent. 2 down, 8 to go.
Jesus, smoking boots.
No. 3 down.
Oh.
He killed one. I killed one.
It's still 7 to go.
We're working on that. Assuming we don't get chewed up.
Salem's got like 3 of them. It's all good.
Watch him roll for Sam. He'd be like, motherfucker.
Triple triumph.
Grease somebody.
So the guy on the side on your side, who's left over, he takes a shot at you. Son of a bitch. 2 advantages. That sounds like a woof in the air to me.
But I think he could give a boost to his friend. Or to his next ally who does shit.
Yeah.
There's a variety of things, but that's the
Do you
easiest one.
need to make a medicine check to use a stim pack?
Nope.
Good, because Marrow sort of leans over for his action and says, "Here you go. Have a little taste of the good stuff."
You got him on that. Apparently I lost my pen.
Well, shit.
Oh, I'll find it. There.
There we go. All right, so the dude with the mask, the one on your side is dead, so the one on your side is left. As a maneuver, he closes to short range. He looks at you, pushes out his hand.
Uh-oh. That's cheating.
Okay, force users. Spends a force point to immobilize you, prevent you from moving and acting that turn.
Dick move. Dick move.
you have to roll a force.
Yes.
And he has to come up with a light side. Or dark side if he's a dark side user. Whatever his setup is. Which means it's possible he could go like this and look like a complete idiot.
Don't you know? Jedi tricks are useless against the Gan. Buy it.
So he rolled his force rating, came up with light side, more light side than dark side.
Very good.
He just needs one.
Yeah.
Just needs 1 point.
And you're like,
But that's the one thing I like about this game is how they made it so that force is not crippling to Jedi or force users. Like in the other one, it's like, spend your vitality, do this, use up a resource. And this one is just roll a die. If you're out of combat, it just works.
my only problem with that is that if you have to roll the force die to get it done, and then the person being affected by the power gets to make a discipline check to resist being affected by force power, to me that sounds like double jeopardy for no good reason, but I don't know.
Well, does he get a check to resist?
Yeah, you do. You get a discipline check.
Yeah.
The only thing is I don't know how to run that discipline check again, because force power is like...
Does it tell you the difficulty?
Because I didn't realize you had to make a check. I thought you just
Use the power.
used the power,
Hmm.
but apparently
You have to spend a force point. The only way to
Right.
get a force point is to roll your force die.
right.
And force die can, if you're a light side user and you get all dark, you can't trigger.
Right. Well, he rolled three light. So does that mean he has 2 extra force points lying around? No. So this is
Well,
the
it depends. Some powers may require more points than others.
yeah. But that wasn't yeah. Because resisting force powers, I'm pretty sure is not going to be in any of the books I actually have.
Hello, what?
I'll say. Anyways, we'll do it like that for now, and then if we figure it out later, because it's not hurting you, it's just holding you there.
Yeah, it's all good.
If we figure out something different later, or if we figure out something different by the time it's time for your next turn.
So what kind of DC you want to slap on?
Hey?
Well, it's a while before your thing comes up.
Sure.
Now it's the turn of the last remaining gunner, who is on your side. We'll take a shot at you. Uh-oh.
No.
Well, he has a triumph, but he has nothing else. Oh, and an advantage. I don't know. This is I don't know.
He's got a success.
Yeah, but the success is cancelled out by a failure.
Oh, it's just the...
Because
Oh, he actually got a failure. So yeah, triumph. He can't inflict damage, but he can add bonuses to his friends.
Great. More shit to keep track of down the road. Oh boy, that's annoying.
Just how many bonuses does whoever is left have?
Well, part of the problem is that this stuff has to be kept track of. I have to make a note of it, which means that as more often than not, I simply can't. I don't have enough table space to keep track of all the various stuff. And frankly, and this isn't an imprecation against any of you people, but you brought more shit to put on the tables than I ever expected you would. So I didn't expect to have as little table space as I actually did, which means that I'm trying as best I can to focus and concentrate everything on the laptop, and some stuff just doesn't, And if this was a game that used basic mathematics, I could just go, okay, 1, 2, 3, but no, it's the swan plus the birthday cake multiplied by 2 keys divided by half an eagle's tit. And, you're just like, hey, how do I write that down, It would be easier if I could create a drag and drop system where I'd pick from a menu of symbols and go, okay, well, he got one of those, okay, click, drop, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to, I was just getting a hang of the math games, and then along comes the fucking Pictionary games.
Once the old is new again, and geez, hieroglyphics are a real long time ago.
Yeah, I can just imagine Egyptians trying to run role-playing games. Anyway, it's Salem's turn. Does Salem want to shoot anybody? Maybe himself?
Sure, sounds good.
Sorry, Jesse. We're all playing a Rebels game now.
All right, there was a man out of cover. Let's remove his ass.
Absolutely.
Sounds like a good plan. Salem has some pretty decent stuff going on here. So those cancel out. Fuck you. 4 advantages, no successes.
That's fantastic.
One of these days, eventually, he's going to hit something.
He's just gonna say, "Hey, everybody, have bonus dice against that asshole right there. Whoever's going next, kill that asshole."
There we go. All right, so initiative recycles, and just about the time. So, what did you figure out?
The only thing I could see in there was for influence and opposed checks with discipline versus discipline. So yeah, discipline.
So now it's an opposed check. So now you got to roll to see if you can activate the power. Plus, you have to roll to see if you can influence someone.
Well, I don't know which power you're using. It's the only thing that I can see in there.
It's bind. It's bind, which is one of the basic ones in EOTD. So, but and I'll have to go and double check. Anyways, as combat steps forward, you can hear a series of heavy whines from the heavens. You also hear just lines of blaster fire raking the ground, and a number of Sentry class shuttles, which basically look like Lambda class shuttles, but on a diet, and they're designed specifically to carry troops and to insert them into battle. They have little bitty wings at the back that fold down. They're very cute, and they start dropping in Imperial naval troopers and naval commandos on rope lines at low, and these guys run through, and now caught on two sides, the mysterious enemies that have attacked you, the ones that don't get shot outright, just they take off, they run away. They bring the bodies of their dead with them, and they just take off into the bush. Meanwhile, another shuttle lands, and Major Tikanen steps out. And this is a Lambda class shuttle. Lands, and Major Tikanen steps out. And
Dude, I'm just like, yeah, I don't think we're winning this one, boss.
Voodoo. Marrow stands up. Everybody stay where you are. Don't move. Do not take a shot unless you see them kill me. Then kill everybody. Sort of pats you on the arm as he walks past. And he sort of steps out in the open. Nice day, huh? Mr. Marrow. I must say I am very impressed at your crew's ability to get here. See us found you in a little bit of trouble. Ah, no, we were just having a friendly game of shoot each other with the locals. Well, looks like we arrived just in time. Why, whatever would you be talking about? She looks at him for a minute. We're here, and you're here, and it seems to be that you've discovered where you believe the resting place of the Perusan Reform Constitution happens to be. Well, I don't know anything about a Perusan Reform. And then one of the naval commandos butt strokes him with a blaster carbine, and he drops to one knee. Oh, yeah. There's no need for that. She leans forward, takes him by the arm, and lifts him up. You'll have to excuse my friends. They're much more direct. So, you're here. All of your gear is here. My people are here. And since we've helped you, I think one good turn deserves another. Don't shoot. If by one good turn, y'all mean that I could turn around and leave, and you could turn around and leave. You first. I do so like your sense of humor. No, I was thinking more along the lines of you could open up the bunker, you could descend into it, you could gather all of the treasures listed inside, or that you have discovered inside, rather. You could bring them to me, and I could spare your lives. It doesn't sound like a really attractive deal. I mean, I didn't go to school to study them or nothing, but it doesn't sound like a lot of fun. Well, it is, I'm afraid, the only deal I'm prepared to offer you. Y'all mind if I go talk it over with my people? Oh, please. Of course, if you attempt to run, I do believe you understand. Yeah, your shooters, bang, bang, everything be bad. Bust over there will knock me in the head again. I'll be back in a sec. Don't go no place. Talk amongst yourselves. Did you hear that?
There are things I think we can do.
Yes. There definitely are things I think we can do. So let's play along. We have decided that we shall go. Intrepid and bold and all. Y'all pop the door for us, or we're going to be all day here opening it up ourselves? I believe it is the least we can do to open up the aperture into the bunker. Open up the aperture.
Into the bunker.
Tie stupid up so he didn't go anyplace.
I walk over, I flip him on his side,
All right.
and then I tie him to a tree.
So as you all approach the doors, she says, "Of course, you will have to leave your weapons behind."
We gonna get them back after?
Not a chance. We don't know what we're going after in there. We don't know what's down there. There could be wildlife. There could be strange things. There could be all sorts of people. Besides, you outnumber us like, I don't know, 300 to 1. What are you scared of? Well, my first in command, and she points to that black-clad officer with the salt and pepper hair that so far you haven't actually heard uttered a single word in the 2 encounters you've had where he's been present. My first officer, well, he thinks it's a bad idea to allow you to descend with weapons, and that you could simply turn it into some sort of a redoubt, and you could make it difficult for us to extract you again. I don't care what the hell he thinks. We're not going down there without weapons. There's a bit of a standoff. All right. It isn't as if we don't possess overwhelming force. Of course, you understand that if you fire those weapons at any Imperial officer, soldier, piece of Imperial tech, Imperial stationery. Yeah, we get it. Pop the doors and let's get on with it. And after about 20 minutes of cutting, pushing, pulling, grunting, heaving, groaning, sweating, folding, spuddling, and mutilating, they open the doors, and after being confronted with a waft of very dank air, and now the bunker is now open. And since we're very slowly being peristalted out of the living room, I believe I will end it there. Everybody gets 10 XP.
We should renegotiate.